I'm thinking back on all those times when I felt closed off from all that I could become. Eager but too scared to climb. Wanted to please my friends, but it felt like the end of myself. I was shut down and all drained out. I was lost, so I had to change. Yeah, I shook off all the bad vibes, cut me loose from the pettiness they turned on me. But now I am perfectly free to be me. This is who I am. This is who I am now. No matter what they say, this is who I am. This is who I am now. They think that I have lost my mind, that I'm not being true, but they don't have a clue. 'Cause this is me when I cut out all of the shallowness and everything I suppressed to fit in a small frame. But I won't play your game anymore, so I had to change.
It's Notion time once again, and Jay Smith is back as promised to help us level up our Notion skills. How can we improve the look for Notion of our Notion project? How can we use Notion for collaborative projects? Let us all learn together tonight. If you have not seen the previous basic walkthrough of Notion, it is highly advised that you watch the first one that we had, and the link is on the description down below so that you can understand and apply better what we will be taking up this day. Again, good evening everyone and welcome to Mommy Guide Inc. For those who are new to my channel, I am Mommy Lala. We would love to engage with you also. Just don't forget to please put your comments or questions on Mommy Guide Inc.'s Facebook page or Mommy Guide Inc.'s YouTube channel. Just don't forget to be kind always and put a Q before each question so we can easily see it. All right, so Jay Smith is Jay Smith on YouTube. His channel fuses the worlds of tech, streaming, content strategy, and music into a single digital playground. He pursues the best angles to leverage today's tech so that you can go live, learn, create, and present your creativity without being bogged down by the weight of today's information clutter. Indeed, it is Jay Smith's vision to join and harness today's tech to power up our content, creativity, and passion as we envision it. All right, so without further ado, welcome back again on Mommy Guide Inc., Jay Smith. Hi, Jay.
Yay. That was a mouthful there about me. That was a full bio. How you doing?
Yes, I'm good. Again, thank you, Jay, for coming back. All right, so this is our part two. All right, and again, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for waiting for us. We had a little bit of a tech issue, as usual. I know you guys are used to this with me. All right, not about with Jay. You know, Jay always has his, streams perfect. Okay. Again, we would like to also say hi to the people on Jay Smith's channel and also on Pina One Kenobi's channel. Indeed, we're pairing this evening. Again, thank you so much. Cool vibe going on from Marie. All right, and everybody saying hi to everyone. The Full Monte. Hi, Jay Smith. Yes, I think he is from your channel. And Rakshang. Hello, beautiful ones. Much love to you all. Thank you so much, Rakshang. All right, Jay, maybe we would, to start with just a preview or a rehash of what we took up the last time. For those who probably,
Yeah. Well, you
didn't
know
really
what?
want to go through it,
That's a
the
good point.
basics.
Let's take a look at what we did really
Mm-hmm.
quick, and then because we're going to use that as an example when we talk about today's subject of sharing and collaborating our Notion files.
All right.
And now, so let's go back. I'll go ahead and zoom us in here. This was the Crafty planner that we used, if you recall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll even put myself up here 1 second, just so we don't need my mug up there, but we'll get me up there. There we go. That's beautiful. All right. So if you remember correctly, some of you may remember, we built the Crafty planner last time. And this was a full-on area topic that we did, so we could go in and create new projects, whether it's for streaming or just for a craft project in general. And we're going to elaborate on that as we go forward, maybe some next sessions. But today, we're not going to really be concerned so much about the design today and all this. There were questions about how to share, if I remember, and collaborate. I think your community does a lot of that. And so I'm going to do a quick, if that's okay, I'm going to do a bit of a quick, very quick. We won't bore you with too much of my little presentation here. But I think what we need to do when we talk about sharing and collaborating is kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about. If you don't know, so a lot of you may know, because if you use the Google products or other types of productivity apps, you've probably been through some of the sharing and collaborating. But each app has its own way of doing it and its own way of restricting access that you should know about. And today we're going to go through the basics. So let's start with that. So today we're going to be dealing with really sharing and collaborating in Notion real quick. And what we're going to learn today, and get me out of this, I'm sorry. Today we're going to learn about sharing, of course. We're going to learn how to share your Notion page with others. Okay. We're going to learn how to restrict access. And if you don't know what that means, we'll get into that. But basically, you don't always want to have your page full access when you share, right?
Exactly.
For a variety of. And so we're going to touch on the different aspects of that. And we'll go slow and we'll make sure you know what we're talking about. And then the third aspect of sharing is revoking. And that really is basically taking back the shared permissions that you gave. It's pretty easy. It's basically saying Lala wants to share with me and then she doesn't. And then she takes it back, right? So that's something to think about. So those are the three main areas today that we'll discuss.
Okay.
I'm clicking on the wrong thing here. So there are two components of sharing in Notion and with many things, but what are specific to Notion? There's obviously the sharing component, right? And in Notion, there's a couple ways to actually share your page or your project. And then there's the permissions. So I give you permission to look at my project, and I may give you permissions to look at only parts of that project and isolate that. So that's where we get into some cool things, because we'll talk about it. Because sometimes it's necessary to be more specific in what you share. And why would you share? Someone maybe ask, why would I want to share my Notion page, my Crafty planner? One, it might be feedback, right? So maybe you want to get input from other people, a partner, a client, or maybe a contractor. You want them to take a look at something you're working on, get some feedback. The other one is I call be a giver. You may create a page you really love and you want to share that with people. We do that all the time with templates, right? I did that with the Crafty planner. Pay it forward. It's nice to give that to people so they can download it and use it right away. And then the other one is spread the effort. And when you collaborate, it's nice because you can share the effort. So I'll give you an example on that. Is if you and I were working together and we had a task list on a project, we might want to assign you to certain task and meet a certain task, and maybe you work on editing and I work on the script. So again, we're going to spread out the effort, So that's kind of the reasons you'd want to share. Moving forward, now Notion allows you to share to what we call guests. That's primary. It's pretty much what we're going to do today. Also collaborators. It's kind of the same thing. We'll explain it. You can share in Notion to the whole internet if you want to. And then
Oh,
we have teammates. And I have an asterisk next to there, as you can see down here.
yes.
And the reason is the teammates sharing is a whole nother layer, and it requires either the team plan or the enterprise plan.
Oh, okay. So I
Okay.
don't think we have that yet. We are all on the
No.
free plan.
This is why I'm not going to get into this.
All right.
For two reasons. Everything I'm doing today would be for people who are on the free plan.
All
Okay.
right, great.
Or on the personal pro plan, which is I'm on. It's really the same thing. It's just limits and unlimits. You're not going to run any problems doing what I'm doing today if you're on the free plan. Okay. So I'm defaulting to that. But I wanted you to be aware that there is a team and an enterprise level where you can do like bigger organizations or bigger clubs. We could always talk about that down the road, but I don't think most of your people are going to want that right now. And we need the basics down anyway, right? And to get into that, here's the plans. So if you're on the personal plan, which is $0 per month, you'll be fine.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a no-brainer, right?
No brainer. I'm on the personal pro plan, and really the only difference between myself and someone who's not is that I can have unlimited guests to share with. That's not going to usually be a problem for you. You're limited 5 in the personal plan. Most people are not going to have a problem with that limitation though. Okay. If you do, then you would have to go to that personal plan. And you could always get around that. I can explain that. And I just wanted to put up there, like the team is not terribly expensive if you need it for an organization.
Yes.
It's $8, right?
Yes.
That's not terrible. And it has a lot of cool things. You can actually set up admins and administrative layers and do all sorts of kind of fun stuff. But anyway, we won't get into that today. Next up.
Hopefully in the future, or if you guys want that, right, Jay?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I could see where, let's say you have a crafting community that does work a lot together, or maybe they form a group, say a quilting group. I'm just going to put a quilting bee out there.
We have
And-
we have several groups here represented. So we have planner groups, we have my group, we have Craft Create and Swap Club group. So
Yeah, and depending. So if you get into a situation where you need to collaborate with more than 5, or you need to share more than 5 people at a time, that could be an issue on the free plan, right? In those groups. So then you would have to go maybe to the $4 one a month, which is unlimited. You don't really need the team one, but there's extra tools in there. So I bet, I guess we'd have to kind of break that down and see what the group makeup is. But for today, we're going to work on the premise that we're doing everything on the free version, and then we can always talk about. But I wanted you to be aware of that, because I think a lot of people they don't look into those details, and then they get confused. There's a sharing hierarchy or a flow, and I want to break this down. It's really simple, but you can share in Notion to the public here, or you can share to individual users. When you share to the public, you're sharing it like a web page with a link. So you essentially are pushing up a website in a way, a one-page website or so.
all right, but that one, Jay, cannot be accessed unless they have the link, right?
This is true. We'll get to that, but you're exactly right. And that's good. There's pros and cons to that. So, and then in the individual users, you're going to share to a guest through a share menu. Through the share menu. We'll talk about that. We'll show you. It's very simple. All this stuff is very simple, by the way. It's just seeing it and understanding it. So in the public, so the purpose of this would be to make this viewable on the website. And you say, well, why would you want to put it up as a web page? Well, when you share as a guest to somebody in the individual users, they have to have a Notion account. Okay. If they don't have it, they'll be asked to create a free one and onboard. And it's not a big deal, but sometimes if you're just showing it to a client, or you just want to present information out there, you just want to put it up as a link, right? So using it as a link is very simple. It's fast. The people that are going to look at it don't need a Notion account. So those are the reasons you might want to use the public way of doing that, right? To your point, you have to have the link to view it. So you say, well, okay, that's cool. Then what's the problem? Well, there's no way to restrict anybody in the public from seeing it if they have the link. Now, the odds of somebody in the public getting your link, which is really long and weird and specific, and looking at it isn't really high, to be honest with you. I wouldn't lose sleep over it.
Mhm.
Unless somebody shared the link, they're probably never going to find it. Or you have search engine, what do you call it, indexing on, which it's not set to by default, which then means Google is searching, then it could come up in a Google search. So, but the odds are very small. I'm just saying that somebody could share the link, and then you got some guy in your space that you didn't want. And then you do have permissions, like you could set that public link to only be viewed, where people can comment, where they can edit the data, which then you got a problem if somebody does get the link. You don't want them editing maybe your Crafty data.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it should be add duplicate. I have all duplicate down there. But what that means is, of course, sharing it as a template. So that's another thing you would do here if you shared it via link public, is you just want to put it out there for people to download and use it, like we did with the Crafty Planner, right? So that's why you would actually use it that way. And then the individual users, the reason we would use this, same thing for feedback and collaboration, really. It's a little bit more specific because you're inviting a specific person or group of people to come in. So it's invite only. So it's kind of like the difference between having an open house with the public and having invitation only to your party, okay, with the individual users. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So with the public, everybody can walk through the door if they have the link. And then with the individual users, only the people that have an invitation can get through the door. So maybe that will help explain that. The page is not public. And you have the same permissions, but you have one more that you can do, which is full access. We'll get into that, but full access allows those guests to actually share that as well. So it becomes a little bit more of a thing. So, okay, let's move on. And we're on to the demo. Okay, so we're finished with the slideshow.
All right.
Do you have any questions so far? Have I confused everybody, or we got the general? I just wanted to lay the groundwork for a little bit of these terms and maybe what we're talking about, rather than just
So
jumping
basically,
in.
everybody's saying hi to everybody, and that they're here. But there's one thing. Oh, on public, they can comment. Marie is asking.
So the question is, can someone comment on a public share? Is that what that question is?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can allow people to comment. You can allow people to edit. Okay, so if let's say that you wanted to share with me your Crafty Planner, and we were going to work on it together, and you wanted me to add stuff as we go. For example, let's just say Lala puts up a public version of just this file right here, this accordion materials page, and we're going to work on it together and add more stuff, right? Yes, you can set it to either just add or just to comment, just to only read it and look at it. Yeah, all that stuff. So you can set up some permissions for that, and we'll show that in a second. In fact, I'm going to do a demo of this. So what I'll do is show you in real terms, right? How it's done. We'll do the public one first. I'll show you how to do a public share, and then I'll show you how to do the share to guests. Okay.
Okay.
And that might answer these questions. Now, I want to, before we go forward, I'm going to split this down for a second and bring up another tablet. So on the left here, let me just kind of dump myself off of this for a second. So I'm going to move myself out of the way. Okay. I want you to see this before we go do the demonstration. I have two different notions up here. Okay. On the left is my primary notion. Oops. On my left is my primary notion. You can see my little face up there.
All right.
Okay. And I've got a couple things. I've got my library. That's what we're going to use today. I'm going to go to that. Okay. And I'll explain why in a second. And then on the right, you see this one called One Stroke Roll right here. It's in the pink right here. Okay. This tablet right here. That's going to be our guest when we go forward. Okay. I just want to show a real demonstration. So on the left would be somebody who's going to give access, and on the right is going to be the person who's going to receive access to the file. Okay, that will make sense, but you kind of need to see it in real terms. And I'll explain this in a second. So I'm going to bring myself back in here for a second, if that's okay. I don't have a book. Well, yeah, I did. I want to explain something, Lala,
Okay.
and to your crew, okay? Notion. And let me bring Notion. I can't really bring it. I can, but this is a book. Okay, we all know what a book is.
Yes.
We all know do you know what a library is? I think we're old enough still to know what a library is, right?
Exactly.
I want people to understand in their minds what I'm talking about, because I think with Notion, it can get a little confusing. Look at Notion as being a library. That's the biggest way to start, okay? And in your library, so for example, look at my library here. It's called Jay's Library. I changed the title to even help you. It's not really a library, but when you create new things in Notion, it's usually based on a big topic. We have a Crafty planner. I have a journal. I have a practice pad with all my lessons. I have my content, right? Think of these as books. So you have a library with a bunch of books, right? And these are books. And what we're doing today is we're going to loan out our book, essentially, or share our book with someone. So I'm hoping that helps people make sense of what we're trying to do, is to kind of frame it as we have a library, we have a bunch of books, and we're going to loan them out. But here's the thing. We may not want to have everybody be able to do anything but read the book. Or maybe we only want them to see certain pages of my book. So if I loan out my Crafty Planner book, maybe I only want them to be able to see this page right here inside it, okay? Because anything that you loan out, if I loan out this main book of Crafty Planner, anything inside this book, the chapters, the pages, the images, for example, are going to be seen, are going to be whatever restrictions we have. It's important to understand that. When I share my Crafty Planner with you, Lala, I'm not sharing my other books at the same time. Yes. Does that make sense? I'm only sharing my Crafty Planner. You're not sharing the whole workspace, the whole library. You can do that when you have the Teams level, or you can actually share a whole workspace that way. But with the free version, you're only sharing these individual books, so to speak. Am I explaining that okay? Does that make sense?
Perfectly. It's very solid. Okay.
We need a visual in our mind. Yes. And then each book, you might have you can tell them, okay, you can read, you can write inside the book. I'll let you write inside the book. A color inside the book. I'll let you make comments inside the book. I may only let you do it on 1 or 2 pages, or maybe I won't let you look at 1 or 2 pages. So what I'm trying to get at is, just because I let you have access to my Crafty Planner book doesn't mean I have to let you have access to everything inside it. Okay. I can make sure that I can lock, for example, this database down here with all my important data. I can let you see it, but I can lock you out of changing that data if I don't want you to mess around in there. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to show you, though. I wanted to get that out of the way a little bit as far as the library and the books we're loaning out.
Yes, thank you. Because actually, it's really confusing, especially if you're not used to Notion. What are these things? What are this? It's like when you're trying to find or look for something, you don't know where to go for it or look for it, right?
Oops. Sorry about that. Just clicked on the wrong thing.
So, guys, if you have questions, just put a Q. Okay, so I can easily see it and I can ask Jay about it. All right. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, the problem with Notion is I think people have a hard time understanding the makeup and what we're doing. And there's really no great terms for it. So I think for me, I'm going to keep using this library type mentality when we're doing it. And when you create, let's just say I wanted to create something for my fitness. Like, okay, I want to have my overall health. I'd create a new book, right? And I'd have it over here on the left, and it'd be Jeff's JA's or whatever health area. That's a new book. So that's what we're doing here. Now inside each book, so this is my dashboard. If I click an item inside here and go deeper, you can see at the top, like any menu, this breadcrumbs at the top. I'm still in the book, but I'm on a different page inside the book. Okay. And so you could set this and keep going deeper and deeper into the book if you wanted. I just wanted, people to know exactly how this is working out. Okay. So my first thing would be I want to share to that other account I showed you, which will be my menus. Let's see here. This one here, this one stroke row with the pink. I'm going to share, and I'm going to show you how this works. Okay. So how you do this is I want to share my Crafty planner, let's say, with this person. Let's call him One Roll or Mr. Roll. At the top right, you can see it here. We have a share.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is click that share, and you're going to come up with a menu here. And you can see the first thing in the share is share to web, because it is the quickest and easiest thing to do. And all you have to do is turn that on, and it's going to create a really long link for you, and you can just hit copy and go. By default, it's set up to only show as a duplicate for a template. That way it protects you from accidentally sharing something you didn't want to do. However, let's say we wanted to, you can see here, we can allow commenting, we can allow editing, and we can turn on that search indexing. Don't do
Jay,
it.
again, sorry, allow duplicate as template. What does that do again? Sorry.
So if I wanted to share, remember how I shared this Crafty planner template for your users to download?
Yes.
If I create something, if I create a book and I want to share this book, and then you can just take it into your own Notion permanently and not even be a share, then you could go to that link and download and that template and use it for yourself. You don't even have to have it as a share. So it's the same thing. You're just downloading it. You're just putting up your Crafty planner or your practice, your other books, whatever templates you have for people to download the public to use. You're just sharing it.
So
Okay.
it becomes a template. Okay.
It's a template.
Okay.
Yeah. So when someone grabs a template, it's not sharing. Okay. You're just giving them, it's like giving somebody the software to use personally. Okay. It's not a share. So
when do you normally want this turned off, Jay? Or is there?
You mean the template?
Yes.
You might turn that off if you don't want to give away your work. You know what I mean? So if you don't want somebody to steal,
we just want them to edit it or something, but not
right. Right. So let's just look at that. We can do that another day as far as how to do templating and share it and all that. I think the biggest thing, let's say we want somebody, okay, let's just leave it like this, for example. So right now I'll copy this link. We have no permissions on there. So let's just go over to a new tab over here. Because you don't have to be a Notion user, right? To see this link. You just have to have a web browser and an internet connection. So when I go here, you're going to see it's a web page now. I'll turn this off. I got the dark reader on there. Get rid of that. So that Crafty planner is now a template. Oh, not a template. That Crafty planner can only be seen. Okay. You can only look at what's inside here. If I want to go, I can go look at things, but I can't edit anything. Okay. That can be kind of nice if you just want to present. It's like a mini website, and people do use Notion sometimes as a mini website. They go ahead and create a book, and they just put it up, and you've got a website. If you have an event coming up, if there's some material you want to put up there for a while, or if you just want to have information about yourself, you could technically have a website doing it.
Great.
So yeah. So this essentially now is a website. I can search at the top inside there. What else do I got here? Then you have information about what is Notion. If you have a Notion account, you can open it in Notion and look at it in there as well. But you're not going to be able to edit anything. Well, you can edit it we can't even duplicate this. So this becomes just a website. It's quite interesting. It's quite quick to put up a site like that. So if you have a club or something and you have an event coming up, that's a great way to do it, right? Now, we don't have, let me back out. So, and again, it is a website. So if you go at the top, you see there's a menu system, just like you would have in a normal website. If I want to go back to the main page, this is my home page essentially, right? So you got to think of the Notion works in that way. It's really is a kind of like building mini websites in your books. So if I go, I'll go one more deeper. Let's go here and I'll open up this page. It's the same thing, but you can see I got the here. I can go into the drops page that holds that, or I'm back to the home page. So I'm just giving you a little bit, but I can't edit this at all. So let me go back now to where we shared it. And again, this will be on replay, so I'll try not to go too fast, but we'll keep it moving. If I want to allow now editing, and that also allows comments, I can turn, I think I can turn just comments on, but let's just turn on editing it now because it's whatever. Those are the two real big options: is editing and allow for duplication.
And duplication.
Yeah, I mean, comments aren't that common. I mean, but let's just leave them both on for now because that's fine. Now I've made that change. I'll go back to where I had that link. I'll refresh, although I don't think, well, you might have to actually. Let's see here. I don't see the edit. I saw the edit come up, but it didn't. Now sometimes there's a lag. There it is. See the edit now up here at the top?
Oh yeah.
So now we have an edit option we did not have before. And it's going to bring it into Notion to edit. Okay. So to edit, you have to have a Notion account. I'm just going to hit continue here. So now I can go in here and I can edit. So if I go in here and edit and add an S on that link, we're still on that link. And I go back to where I did, you see the S come up right here. So now
it's edited real time.
Real time. Now, if I do that real quick, and I go back to the web page that we created on the link, you can see that also has that all fixed. It's real time editing. So that's what makes that collaboration. People can work on it together really quick, right? Fix things. It's not. I think using guest is easier, but if you don't want to have to pay, you can set up groups and have everybody have the link. Your group would be fine. It's pretty safe. I don't think people should worry too much about it, but I do want to point that out. So you can go in and edit all the stuff. I can go in here now and add sewing as a thing. I can change this to completed, and so now that's going to show up. See, now it shows up in your or my library. So that share is allowing. So that's when I say you might want to have permission sometimes, because maybe you don't want people editing your project type. Maybe you don't want them changing the status. Maybe all you want them to do is work on certain things inside this project. Okay.
Yes, if it's certain things only, Jay, not the whole file. Like we are on, it's like, as you said, Crafty Planner is the book, right? So when you open the book, so that's that's the access to the whole book. Okay, and then you have tabs. I mean, you have their accordion ornament and then the Crafty Planner instruction. Okay,
yes, these are support documents inside that book.
Yep. Yes, but what if we only want them to have access to like only the accordion ornament?
Fantastic question. So let's go back and let's take away the ability to link here by turning that off. And just to prove our work, we'll go back and you can see what happened. You no longer have access to that library. So you got to go back to your content, which is your Notion or whatever, or you got to kill the page, right? So that immediately took away that. Now, that's a great question. What if you only want to share publicly one item or at a time? Let's go to this ornament materials list, okay? And you can see at the top, I want to always point this out. It's still inside the Crafty Planner books, ecosystem, book, whatever. It's a sub page, or what we call the Crafty Planner. That level is considered the parent.
Okay.
Main parent. This is a child of this parent. Okay. Some people call it sub page. It's fine. In web design, we call this the child. This is a parent. If I put up one more lower than this is a child of this, but it's also the parent of the next one. That makes sense? It helps to think in parent-child relationships.
All right.
All right. So if we only want to, share in here the materials list, which might be very important for you, right? So you're creating a bunch of things and you're like, oh, John and Jay, I want you to have this materials list. You could just go to that materials list, hit share, hit get your web link that it's creating. Maybe turn that off if you want. Hit copy if you want. I'm copying it. You don't need to copy it, but I need it for the other page.
So
I'm just going
when
to go
you
over
do
here.
that, that's just
Yep.
basically giving them access to the file as like a read-on file.
Right now, it's read only. Yes.
Read-only.
We'll go back and we'll change this in a second, but I want to emphasize. It's a good question. So if I go back here and I add the link just so we can view it now, copy. So I got to go back and grab the link. I apologize. I messed that up. I never make mistakes, but I do. Let's see. We're going to copy that link and paste it in this tab just so you can see. Now I got a materials list. I can't edit. I can just view it. Like any web page, there's nothing I can do here. I can't change any of this text. I can look at the videos you put in for me. I could look at the resources and go to those links, So you've created a nice little web page for me in here. That's really cool. But if you want me to be able to edit with you again, we'll just emphasize that. You would go and turn that edit on.
Okay.
And then we'll go back to the page. This is pretty simple stuff once you know it. We'll hit refresh. Again, sometimes it might take a second or two. You see the edit came up, but the refresh takes a minute with Notion at times. Okay. Now I have an edit. And so if I want to truly edit this and I have Notion, I can hit edit and it will take me to here. I'll hit continue. And now.
So we don't need to have like a save. No, we don't need to do that.
There's no saves in Notion. Right. Anything that you do in Notion is automatically saved instantly.
All right.
So I'll go back. We'll look at the accordion. You can see how it popped up here instantly. And in let's say my library, but maybe I don't like what that changes. So I'm like, no, I want it back to this. And John and Jeff. Oh, she fixed it. Okay. So it's instant. There's no save button. When you give edit for people, whether it's done through the website or whether it's done through a share, which we'll do next, it's an instant. Everybody needs to know that it's an instant edit. So now that person cannot mess with any other part of your book, right? Mm-hmm. They can't go into your data. And I think I'm really glad you asked that. It's what we wanted to get into here, because when we create these tables, usually that's our data or it's a list. For example, I've talked about this before, a live streaming planner. So it's very much like the Crafty planner, right? Mm-hmm. And so my content here is the main parent or the whatever. And I don't want people into all this stuff. And I don't really even want anybody into my overall planner. They don't need to be in here. But I might want to have the plan that I'm working on, which is this was my planner for today's stream. Mm-hmm. I might want to share this to Lala so we both can look at what my stream is going to look like. Maybe you're going to help me you're going to add some resources or some input into this, right? Uh-huh. So I could just share this and you can see.
Hold on, John. I'm sorry, John. Jay. Sorry, Jay. So sorry. So when you press share, okay, can you please press it again?
Sure can.
All right. So there's something there. Share to web, and then there's invite.
That's going to be next.
Okay,
there's two ways to share, as we talked about. You can share as a web, mm-hmm. and you can share to specific users or specific, we call guest, right? Mm-hmm. These are the ones who are going to get the real invitation. Sharing to web is an open door policy. It's an open house to anybody. With this down below here with the invite, you can see it even says invite. Mm-hmm. Because it's personal. It's only going to them. There is no chance of anybody seeing this outside of your invite because you've invited a one person or multiple persons. Okay. And so they have to have that invitation to get to your door, Lala. Remember that. So
Okay.
these right here are the 2 ways of doing it. And that is confusing to people because they go up there and you go, there's 2 things I got to do. I got to do this and invite. No, there's 2 ways of doing it. So let me finish this thought off. So again, we shared this one page here, but again, this is the child of this parent and this is the child of this parent. So this is the home page or the main parent, but each one of these becomes a child at some point or a sub page, however you want to look at it. I try to use things that people can visually see.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to Crafty Planners. And we had shared this through the website. We're going to turn that off because now the next thing we're going to talk about is that, you know what? And just to kind of hammer this home a little bit, let me go back here a second. We just did the public. This is what we just did right now.
Web
okay.
With the link. Okay.
We used that link and we had, view, comment, we could edit, and we could do duplicate or templates.
All right. Hold on, Jay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a question. Either
do
way, whether public or individual users or guests, they need to have a Notion account? No, right? In the public,
Yes.
they don't need
To edit. If they want to edit, they're going to need a Notion account to edit.
But if they're not just going to view, then they don't need to.
Right. So, and some people are like, well, what's the point? Well, we have clients for websites, or you have people that need information and they don't need to edit anything, or maybe a contractor or a partner. They just want to view that information. You could put it up there. And there's a lot of people like my clients, or maybe even a guest, who don't have Notion. They don't need it. They just need to see the information, right? Or download something off of them. Maybe there's a PDF link or something. You don't always some people just don't want another account. So they're not going to sign up for Notion, even though it's free, maybe, or maybe there's no point. It's just a one-off. But yes, if you're going to edit, you're going to need a Notion account.
Okay.
This is true.
Jay, is editing mean, like, for example, when I send somebody a Notion file as a guest, I ask them to add their photo or add details about their bio. Is that considered editing the file already?
Yeah. So let's go back to the book thing. If I gave you a book and loaned that out to you, and all you could do, you can't do anything but read the pages. That's read only, right? You can view it. That's all you can do is view the book. If I tell you, hey, you can edit in the book, that means you can color in it. You can color in it. You can write in it. You can change the data in it. You can actually edit the words and the text. All right. So that would be adding videos, adding photos, anything in that canvas. So again, if you're looking at it right here, anything in here, that person can edit. Okay. So when you give edit access, they can edit like you can edit, unless you set up restrictions. And we'll kind of show that on the next, I think maybe even deeper on the next one.
Okay.
On the next phase. Good question. Did that answer the question, or?
Yes.
Are we good?
Thank you.
No problem. Let's just go back to home base here at Crafty Planners. And again, just to clear up, it could be any of these books or any of these content categories. But right now we're doing it just for this particular planner, or this particular, we'll call it a book. I'm not sure what else to call it. I think book is as good as anything. It's a category. It's a main idea or area, but I think we'll just easier to call books. All right. So to share to a user, how do we do that? So let's just say I want to share now to this person over here. I'm going to get rid of this web link here. And we're back to this One Stroke Roll, which is my company. It's another account. We'll call them Mr. Roll for now, or something easy.
So you can have several free or paid accounts, right?
You can have unlimited free
Right.
accounts.
Okay.
It gets a little clunky, but sometimes you need to separate them out. But you can also, by the way, have you can have multiple workspaces within your account. So in here, this here, I have another workspace. So if you want to, I think though, someone can help me out with here because I haven't looked at it. But for example, this is a free account over here. This is a non-played Total Notion account. This is probably, whoops, sorry about that. Back that up. Get out of there. Yeah, I don't think that's okay. I think I answered my question. Let me move back here. I'll answer the question. in a
Okay,
second.
just different, probably email account per.
Yeah, for those, but inside each account, you can have multiple workspaces. So for example, this is my personal main. You can see this is my personal main one that I don't want to really make public all the time. So I created inside my one Notion account here, a second one. I call it a sandbox, but it's you can see how this has its own books, its own area. So this is totally separate, but they're in the same Notion account.
Okay,
It's a
I got it.
workspace. Okay.
Okay.
So we can talk about that too another time. But I think we're going to confuse people if we go too deep.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, Jay,
so-
can we interrupt for questions?
Yeah, anytime.
At this point?
Go for it.
Okay. So do you get a tracker of some sort as to who made the changes or edits, and do you get to keep or still see the original file prior to the changes or edits from the public or individual users?
Yes, that's a good question. That's where it gets a little weird. So if someone's editing and they're and they have to bring it into Notion, I haven't really seen. So I haven't seen a tracker for it, and that's a good question, and I don't know. I'm going to have to get back to you on it.
All right. We'll get back to you on that one.
You can
Tina.
see. Yeah, let's hold that question because it's a good one, and it's one I thought of the other day, and I should have looked into it.
Mhm.
And it's really important because, first of all, let me just answer the main question.
Okay.
If you share, though, and we're going to look at that in a second, and someone edits, it's edited. You don't have the original copy. That's why you want to be careful when you share. You got to have an understanding of who you're sharing with, why you're sharing, and if you need to restrict the sharing.
Because
to
once
some
it's
level.
edited, it's edited.
And once it's edited, it's edited. Now, if you have a paid, if you're on the paid $4 a month one, you do get a history of revisions going back a good amount of time. You could go back and grab that revision. But on the free plan, you don't have that. So you do want to be very thoughtful in your sharing,
Alright.
when you do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to follow up with that one you mentioned. Okay, a blind guy, his wife, their life. Nakita Maria and Corey is asking, good to know about multiple accounts. Are there
Mhm.
noticeable limitations in the free versus paid?
Yeah, they're not in the sharing routine I'll just bring up the sharing. There isn't a huge difference. I think
Alright.
most people are going to be just fine with the unpaid, the 0 a month. I'll be honest with you, even with all I do, I barely get the big benefits out of the $4 a month account. Why I do is because I have to go into so many different things to learn, to explain, but that doesn't mean if I just use it personally that I would need any of those functions. So I would say stay in that 0 account as long as you can. The only limitation on the sharing is you can have up to 5 guests at a time. Okay, shared.
But you can
So
always edit them, right? Maybe after the
You could always, you could always
And then you do the next one,
when you're done. Yeah, you can rotate them out.
right?
You know what I mean? You can say, well, you're not, I got to get rid of you for a minute. You know what I mean? Most people are not going to need that. But if you do, then $4 a month is really not bad.
Yeah.
And you can have unlimited shares at that point. And at $4 a month, the personal pro plan, that's way more than people are going to be fine there. If you get into the next one at Teams, that's because you have a huge organization and you need multiple layer things. You have a marketing department, you have a sewing department, and you want groups. It's highly unlikely anybody here is going to need that, I think.
Mhm.
But that's a good question. And I would say for most people, the $0 a month one, the free one is going to be just fine. There aren't a huge,
All right. Okay. Thank you,
huge
Jay.
differences in it.
Okay. So no more questions for now.
No problem. I like the questions. The revisions. I'll get back on the revisions, but yes, it's real-time editing and there's no saves and that information. So that's why when I talk about restricting here, it's like if you want to only restrict a page or if you only want to make it viewable, think about that. Now, Notion does you a favor in that they don't make it editable right away in case you make a mistake. I'll show you. So I want to share this to a person. Last time we shared it to a web with a link. This time we're going to share it to a person. Now there's no people in my group. I don't have any current users shared to anything in this particular account. So what you're going to do is you're going to search for a email. And if that email is in Notion's database, it will tell you. If it's not, it will send them an email. Okay. So that email is onestrokeroll@gmail. Sorry for the loud keyboard. Now I'm in Notion because I have an account. Here I am. So
if they're not in Notion, you can still add as long as they have an email.
Yeah, let me show you how that works. So let's say one stroke at, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to do it wrong because it won't show up. So you can see down here, I'm going to put an envelope next to it, and it's going to email the invite out to them. They can open it up, and then Notion's going to say, hey, if you want to look at this, you got to create a free account. Okay.
All right. So again, that happens when they don't have a Notion account or when they don't have an email.
Yeah, this is what happens when they're not listed in the Notion database as having an account. So it's very similar to somebody going to the public web share link and wanting to edit. They're going to have to create an account there. So in this case, because you're inviting them, they need to be a Notion user or become one after they get the invite.
So if they're not, Notion will just click on that, and Notion will send them like a how-to.
They'll send them an invite on how to do it. Right. Here's the link. Very simple stuff. Okay. Yeah. Great question. But we'll go to the one where we do have onestrokeroll. Type this morning. Help me out. All right. So here I am. And so I'm going to invite this person. Now I have an account already. I'm not going to get an email. I shouldn't get an email. And you can see already it lists me as a guest.
Okay.
And immediately tells me what I can do. It set me up as can edit. Now on the guest invite, the default is edit. I'm going to get into this, but I want to show you something really quick. We're going to show you his account, what he got on this end, or he should have gotten. Okay. So let's see here. I don't have a share here though. This was odd. I should be getting a notification here, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see it. And
this is supposedly, he doesn't have an account yet, right? So this is already a Notion file.
No, he has an account, right? Otherwise it wouldn't have popped up.
Oh yeah.
I have a thought here. Bear with me. Let me pull up something. We're gonna learn something together. So yeah, I don't know why this isn't showing up here. I'm pulling up my email. You don't need to see it.
And while you're going through that, Jay, a question from Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Did Jay choose Notion over other apps because others at work were using it, or did he just prefer Notion after comparing to other productivity apps? I think you mentioned this in the first episode we had.
Yes. So that's a good question. So it's kind of like, why did I pick Notion? I've used pretty much every productivity app there is out there in my quest. For Todoist, Evernote, OneNote. Let's see, so I've used all these type of so-called productivity apps. They are great apps, but Notion's different in it. It does a lot. We did talk about this in the last one. I had that whole graph, right? Mm-hmm. About how Notion takes all of these things from to-do apps to file storage apps to relational database apps and planner apps. It does all that in Kanban, for example, and brings it all into one app. And what I love about Notion, and I realize I'm talking to myself, what I really love about Notion is that I don't have to have all these other apps. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can just do everything in Notion. Now, we talked about that too, where there's pros and cons of that, because those apps, because their goals are so defined, their use is a little bit more defined, it's really easy to get in there right away and start using it. Pretty simple. And where Notion, because it does all these things, sometimes it feels like taking a minute to get going. But it's true. There's no walls to Notion. So you can sometimes feel lost, but once you get moving into it, it can save you a lot of time down the road. And it integrates with so many other productivity tools. So I've used all those tools. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing I will say to anybody that gets into this, the reason why I love this so much is we have these tables. This is probably not the best option. And you can't even see it because I'm looking at myself. Let me finish that thought. These tables down here, these are database tables, real relational database tables. And when you have tables that you can go in and flex to your purpose, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. And they've done a very good job with it. So I've noticed, I hope that answers the question. So I've noticed I'm a guest here. I'm going to click on and off. I'm going to do something. I can't have full access on this plan. So I'm going to...
okay. On the free plan, you can't have full access. It has
right. And I was going to explain that. I'm just toggling that because I'm a little bit flummoxed of why I'm not getting a share here. What I've noticed, this happened last night, and I'm wondering if it's a paid plan versus a non-paid. So I will have to go back and look at it. But to answer the question, even though I am a, whoops, I can't get out of that. Even though I am, here we go. Even though I am a paid person, it sent me an invite here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and just say, go ahead and view it. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I've never had to do it in the past, but I've got to check and see if that's a paid thing or not. So, so now you can see, let's go back here. I'm going to get out of this. I'm completely confused people. I'm back in the library. I have shared Crafty Planners. I have accepted it on the other end. And I know this because now it went from my private book section to a shared book section. You see that? Shared. We've shared that now. And I'll go back over to the person we shared it with and see if we have it over here because I'm not having luck with the share for some reason. Let me just see here. What's going on, guys?
So my tech issue transferred back to you.
Yeah, this is definitely an odd Notion issue. Like there should be an instant share. I'm not sure what's going on. And what's really interesting is it shows. Of course, I ran through this 100 times yesterday, not the problem. So I just want to point one other issue.
When you sent that, it would actually be, since supposedly the one you sent this file to is already a Notion user. So it just should open up on his Notion dashboard.
Good. And I just want to show, there's me. Of course, I own this file, but this is the person I shared it with. And it's showing that he has this. So I'm not exactly sure why it's not showing it on his end. I should be able to see this library. So we'll fix it. It'll just take a second. If there are any questions, throw them out. If not, that's cool.
All right. So I'll just read some of the in the chat. Tina is saying Evernote and OneNote I used in nursing school. Useful app back then. And my daughter Superflus is saying I occasionally use Evernote as well, Miss Tina. Very cool siya. Miss Zell TV, thumbs up po. Salamat po, Miss Nam. Yung comments ko nawawala. Bakit, Miss Nam? Ano ba to si Nightbot? Sorry po. Hello everyone, Miss Zell. Unspam. Paano ba kaya gagawin yun? Si Stina, patulong naman kay Miss Nam. Paano kaya yun? Used Evernote too, but then I just didn't have time to update and eventually stopped using it, said Miss Marie. Now Miss Marie is on Notion as well. Superflus, I'm glad it's still available and I can presume that it's gotten better over the year. It was more than a decade ago when I was on it. Okay, Jay.
Evernote. I really liked Evernote. I still do. It's the thing with Evernote, and what I'm trying to get away from is we always store a lot of information. Okay, especially in this age where we're informationally exhausted and it's overwhelming us now with all this stuff.
True.
And what happens in Evernote, you keep creating folders and folders and folders and folders to store stuff, and you end up saving all the stuff, but you really forget where it is. You have a hard time finding it. It doesn't become useful if it's stored in a lost vault somewhere,
yes,
right?
That's the story of my life.
Well, there's new. That's what I attended a Second Brain Summit this week, and there's some really great ways to approach not having that happen. I'm really frustrated with my. I'm going to try to reshare and see what happens.
You can share
here.
that in your stream someday. Second Brain, that's nice.
It's got second brain. Yes. So I'm going to try this. Let's see here. I'm wondering if I did something wrong, and I may have learned something here.
Ayan.
What
Thank
if
you
I
so
just
much,
click
Miss Nam. Okay na po. Ayan.
Shouldn't matter, but let's hit invite and see what happens. Everything works like it's supposed to on that end, but on my other end here, which you can't see at the moment.
So what Jay's trying to show is that when you press that share, it should actually go to the Notion of okay, the one he sent.
It could be a bit of these cache issues, but I'm going to try it over here on my. You can see I have other users in this account, and so let's just.
Okay, we have Sammy. Sammy Superstars
Sammy.
going to be with us later after Jay because we're gonna be wrapping up 5 tickets to his summit. Okay, I might start using Notion. I just use the Notes app for everything, said Sammy. Yes, Sammy, this is awesome.
Okay, we'll just use this. Here's our Crafty planner. We'll just use this account because for some reason I'm having a weird thing on the other end.
Right.
Okay, so I shared. We saw the share. I went into share. I went into invite. I typed in the email I wanted. He was an account. I hit invite, right?
Yes.
And same thing. The Crafty planner then goes into a shared category up here. It's moved out of private. I'll click that off so it's not confusing.
So
it moved into
it
share.
gets moved out of it. So it's not like a copy.
Automatically.
It's really removed and put into shared. All right.
Yeah, automatically. So it's really important because it really helps you know what you've got out there shared. Otherwise, you might have 100 books over here like I do, and you may not know what's really shared. And so this really helps you figure out right away, okay, I know this is shared to somebody in some manner. Even if you only shared a sub page or a child of this inside the book, it's going to show that up in shared. And what happened then?
Right now, it's being shared, the whole file, right? Because I don't see any like a daughter or something from the top.
It's the whole file. So let me go over to where we shared it to, which is the one stroke roll, and show you. See how I got the red one? It's a notification, right? So if I look at that, it's showing, hey, this person has just shared something with me. And you'll see that their Notion, their book comes up. When I toggle onto that, and this, I don't want to lose you here, but that added this right here. What that shared, okay? So that their workbook. Let's see if I can do this way. Their work. This is my book right up here.
There was like a red mark, and when you clicked on it, it's
showing that this is the work. Let me just show you this. So this was my original. This is my one stroke roll account, right? Nothing was underneath this, and then when we shared, it added me as a guest to this person's workspace. Now I can only see what they've shared, right? Which is the Crafty planner here. So this is JA right here. His account. We shared this. Now I can unshare it really quick so we can do it again. I'm going to unshare by moving it to under private again. It's no longer shared technically. That's a quick way of doing it. And when I go back, it's already out of here.
Oh, so I can do that. Let's say if I shared something, I don't want to share it anymore. I'll just pull it back to private.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways to do it. It gets ahead of me a little bit, but yeah, okay. We're almost there. So I just want to review. In my one stroke roll account, that's all I have. I don't have anybody now. Okay, that's me. We go back to JA. He wants to share his Crafty planner or maybe his content. It doesn't matter what. So if I click on this and I hit share, I got to go back in here and I'll reshare the Mr. One Stroke Roll. Find it, invite. It's going to move it up here now to shared.
Okay.
And when we go back here, see it added that shared Crafty planner right here. So now I have this Crafty planner to work on via Mr. JA. I'm just going to refresh this. Okay. There it is. There's a shared. Okay. So you understand that there's the library who has the books, which is this person, and there's a person who's borrowing the books, which is this person. Okay.
Yes.
One stroke roll. It's not good. What's nice is they've isolated it. So it's not getting inside my stuff. I know all this is my workspace
All right.
that I
So
could.
that one goes into the shared file.
You'll
or
see it.
shared
Oh, okay. I got to go
folder.
into it. Now, if you sent me one, Lala,
Mhm.
it would have your workspace with your photo underneath here. And I could jump to that. Okay. So that's how that works out. So now we both have the Crafty Planner as a shared. Okay.
All right.
Great. And I think I have editing here mode. So if I want to edit as a guest, again, I'll just edit that out. I'll toggle back to the library, and the library's books show that I've edited that. Okay. I have full access to edit into this book, but we can restrict things, right? If we only wanted to, if we only want to do a page, and
Yes, like
by the way,
let's say
I'll skip ahead, but no, I'll show you. Let's stay in here for a second. Okay, let's go to the home page here, which is we're in right here. Traffic. Let's see here. Why does this look different? Oh, this is an older version of my planner. That's why I didn't want to do this. Okay, so it's going to look a little different. I apologize. Oh goodness, that's not helpful. But I didn't think about that. Try something real quick. It's still shared, but from this account, but it's not showing up on my other account.
All right. And Cashew is in the chat, I think, from your page. Hi, Cashew. Thanks for dropping by.
Okay, so I don't have that planner to show. I'd have to try to add a page real quick. I don't know if I have.
All right.
Let's everybody look away for a second.
Okay. Nam Omar Vlogs, dito na lang po ako ng BG sa'yo, Ma'am Tina, para WH mo po. Thank you, Miss Nam. Yes po. That supports this Tina. Salamat. Thank you, Nam. All right.
I'm going to move this real quick. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know where it went. All right. Well, I can't get too lost in that because I don't want to, we're getting short on time, but let's use content as an idea too. So let's just do it again. Content's another book. It has some sub pages in here. It's got a database. If I want to share that to Mr. Roll, I'll go into share. He's already in here because he's currently sharing something else. I can click on that. It'll put him up here. I can change the type of access to edit, comment, view.
Okay. I have a question from here, Jay. I see several people there. It says select a person. All right. So those 1, 2, 3 down below that you did not add on top with the invite, they will not receive it.
They will not. They're only a list of options. If I chose our good friend John and my other friend Chris Kringle, then you know what I'm saying. So all those would have that access that I'm going to set. Okay. So only the person that I'm inviting.
Okay, so being there doesn't give them access. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, these people are not being shared anything, if that's the question. They're only a list of, like, it's like your contact book. You know, if you're going to, or let's just say it's an email, you would choose the email addresses you want to send the email to.
All right.
Think of these as emails.
Jay, only 5 people can be there on a free account.
Yeah, on the free plan, only 5 people can be on there at a time.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and invite this person on this book. And you can see that book has now been moved up into the shared, right?
Okay.
Okay. And let's jump over to the other account. And you can see it's already sitting in my library over here. So again, this is the one stroke account where we have access to JA's Notion. And now these are the shared that he has shared with us, his books. So these are the books you've loaned me, Lala. Thank you. And anything in here, I can edit. Give it a second to populate. It will populate. Oh, this database is locked, so that's why you're getting that. So no, I didn't plan on sharing this. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So let's go back. Now, I want to unshare these if I can for a second.
Okay, so it's just.
And again, you can just drag them down. The other way to do it is to go up to the share And if you click on this at the bottom, it will have remove. Okay.
Oh,
So
remove. Okay.
you got, yep. So you just go up. If they already have access, you can just go up to where you're setting permissions and just say, I need to remove this person. And you can see it already dumped it back down into the private.
That was a right button click, or there's a drop down menu?
No. It's just a drop down.
Drop down. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So what I want to show is, let's go into a different book, Practice Pad. Okay. In here, I've got things from Lessons, which has a database. I got another page that goes to my instructors. These are all instructors. Okay. And then I have video annotations. Doesn't matter. So this is just a home page to this book. All right. So let's go ahead and share that to this person.
All right. So when you do that, you are sharing all of those sub headings or
yes. So that's the thing. Anything in this book, and if you want to know what's going to be shared, you can hit the drop down arrow here. This is going to show all the contents, all the pages and different things in your book. All of these things are being, okay, these make up this book. Okay. I think this is what confuses people in Notion. They don't think about what's going on down here. Anything, so if I click lessons, you see how it jumped the lessons right here? If I go to instructors, it's the same way. These are all pages inside this book. We created a dashboard because it's nicer to be able to just do this, but you don't need a dashboard. You could just, like any menu of it's a website, if you're just being honest, right? You just go to the main link, go to a sub link, and you're like, oh, I see the lessons. I see the instructors, right?
So if we only want, say, just the instructions, we need to make sure that we are on that book or sub book or sub page.
Yes. So if you only want, and that's great. So if we only want this person to see the instructors, then we're going to go to that. And we can get there a couple ways. We can go from the dashboard to the link, right? Or we could just go to the book and go right down to the sub menu item. It doesn't matter how you get there. But this particular page inside this book, I call it, we want to share to Mr. Roll. So we go here and we go down to here, and he's not going to be, we got to add him again because he's not currently a guest inside us. So onestrokeroll at Gmail. Okay. Why do we jump here? Notion's finicky today. Like, what's going on here? Is it I don't know if their databases are slow or what's happening, but I'm wondering because
so
we didn't share. Sharing? I think, oh yeah, it doesn't show sharing, does it? Let me check it out again. Yeah, it does show right here though. It's shared. Let me go to the other account and let me refresh and see what's going on.
Okay. Blind guy, his wife there live saying, we love John. Choose him. When we were trying to choose.
Yeah, I don't think he'll. I don't think.
John's still sleeping, guys. It's too early for him.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yes, I have the huge spam can. Oh my. Charlene, not again. Not that spam can again.
Continue to external site. This is interesting. This is kind of a bug. Now, Notion just did an update recently. I feel like they got some buggy stuff going on here that I've never encountered. It's a very simple process. I just want to do this. I just want to share this page as I tried with a guest, which I did. But
you can't open it
when I go there, it's wanting to take me to an external site only. So it's like I feel like their servers are a little dumpy today. I don't know what's happening here, even though it shows this. Let me just see here. Okay, you can see this is something I've noticed with Notion lately. It does take some time. It finally showed up. So you got to be patient. It could take, and this is not unusual. I've seen this with Google Drive, with Microsoft. Sometimes the servers take a minute.
Images, right? So that's why probably.
It could have been that, but I think what happens is you're rewriting permissions, and those permissions get propagated inside a server like a website, and sometimes it takes a second for that to uncache or clear out and reset. and I'm setting a lot of permissions and resetting a lot, and I think
Okay.
I'm pushing the server a little bit.
So it got
I've seen this with web
confused.
design.
Jay, which
You're
one do
not
you
going
really
to
want me to do?
you're not normally going to do what I'm doing here, where you're constantly
Yes, yes.
setting permission for someone and pulling it back, setting it and pulling it back. So in this case, when you're testing things, you might have to be patient.
Exactly.
But to review, and even over here, now it should show up in a shared if it's really propagated, although it doesn't show it in a shared.
All
So
right,
even on this end, it hasn't reset these rules, even though it shows it. So
oh yeah, it should
I
now
don't know
go
what to
to
make of
shared,
that.
right? Not private.
Yeah, see, it doesn't show it in the shared yet. So I'm not sure why. I'm going to bounce in and out and see if it resets, but you shouldn't have to do this. Eventually it's going to show up is what's going to happen, but it doesn't show it right now. So right now I don't want to get lost in it. Sorry for that, because that can be confusing, and
It's okay.
I will
So
look into Notion.
basically,
I will ask Notion what's going
what
on.
Jay's trying to say is that if you want a specific or sub page or sub book from that book, you have to go there. Okay, toggle that drop down menu over there on the left side.
Yep.
Or otherwise, if it's the parent book, as you said, then everything gets shared.
Yes.
All right.
So everything at the top level right here, all of these at the top level are the parent. They're the cover of the book. They're the homepage of your website. However you want to look at it, they're the top parent of your stuff. But whatever you have inside those particular books or websites, however you want to call it, and it gets confusing. It's really kind of hard to see sometimes, but you can tell by the arrows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this right here is a section of content,
Yes.
and I can have another section of the content. I can look at the schedule. And if you want to know, just look at the top. The top will tell you in the menu system. We call them breadcrumbs. It's just, if you're on Amazon, you've seen this. You got Amazon, you got books, you got orders, it's a breadcrumb. So it's a menuing system, and that kind of gives you a little bit of a view of how that's breaking down. These are the things with Notion. This is a navigation thing with Notion you have to just get used to. But once you know it, it's the same for everything. Nothing changes.
Yeah,
if I go to any particular
actually doing websites, something like WordPress, this is similar also?
Yes. Yeah. Just like WordPress, as far as that. I mean, that's another way of looking. Again, if you're being honest, Notion is just a very elegant, complex website builder. Okay. You're building a bunch of websites in here. I call them books. They're digital books. They're website books, if you want to call it that.
Exactly.
People have a hard time with this. Thomas Frank, who is the god of Notion, I watched him this week give a seminar, and he was explaining some things, and he was losing people left and right. You need to understand how this works for everything to really make sense in Notion.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like when I started with Photoshop before and couldn't understand layers. I was like, what? So, but when I finally understood what layers meant, then, I started to learn everything. So I think with Notion, it's that one. We just need to understand what those actually mean. So Jay is trying to show it to us by means of a solid, representation of it being books and then sub-books or sub-pages and stuff like that.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm just, so I was trying to find certain books or pages. Like this is a dashboard of a homepage for all my droplets. And then there's these links to sub pages. So if I go to my general drops page, you can see at the top, the gather droplets is my home parent landing page. And then this is the sub page. And if I go deeper, it would go even deeper, right? So, for example, if I go and open up in the database a page, you can see at the top, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
So wherever it is that I am, when I shared it, that's the only thing that gets shared.
Yes, and that's what happened here, although I don't know why it's not showing in the shared here. That's a little weird. I've not run into that before, but of course it's going to happen when
when you're here in my channel, it seems like, I don't know why. So everything seems to be
we only shared in that. We're just going to have to step through that, but we shared in the practice pad, the instructors.
Exactly.
Okay. And you'll see when I hit the share in there, it's showing this guy as a guest and he can edit.
All right.
Okay.
So
So if
just
I go
ignore
back to
first the
his
one on the
account,
left. Yes, it should be show sharing there, but it's okay.
yeah, like
Okay.
this, it should have a shared thing up here. And
Yes.
I'm gonna have to contact Notion and ask them.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad we videoed this. They might want to see the video. What's going on?
Exactly.
So this person that I shared it to can only see the instructors. Now they can go into them, like I can go into Bruce's page, which there probably isn't, a ton of stuff in here, but you can go into Bruce's page and edit in here if you wanted to. You can add an S. We always add the S's, right?
Or they can
And then,
like attach a file. I ask them for a photo or something.
yeah, well, let's just, you know what? Let me see. I can let me grab a picture real quick.
All right.
Somewhere.
So while Jay's doing that, okay, OFW Raquiteras, hello po, mega love shout out. And Dash with Ash in Canada. Miss you, Dash. Nice to see these two streaming together. Hey, Mommy Lala and Jeff and everyone else.
How you
Nice
guys
to
doing? How you
see
doing,
you
Ash?
here, Dash. I mean, Dash with Ash. Hello, everyone.
with
Master Red, mega love shout out to you also po. Okay, there you go. Then I'm you live nearby. All right. So everybody's
Okay,
having like okay, there. Jay's back.
He's back. Let's do this. I'm going to copy an image. I'll just copy an image of Bruce. So this person who checked out the book, I'm going to paste an image in there of Bruce playing his drums. Okay, that's in his file. And now if I go back to the person who owns this file and I go into their account, oops, where is Bruce at? There he is. Now the database is locked out, but see his image is showing in there. Okay. So that did edit there. And you're probably saying, well, wait, why is the full database not showing in there? Because this is actually, because this is pulling in from lessons, and we didn't allow lessons database to show up. That's a great point.
There are links that if you don't have access to, won't work.
So I don't have and you may not want them to have access to it. And that's a great point. If I only want them to have access to the ability to do things outside of the data, in this case, let's open up the full page here for a second.
So they're okay to add their photo or a document, but to open up some of the stuff there that has links to where they're not supposed to, they cannot open.
Right.
Okay.
Right. This person can only do this. And I mean, you can do other things. So if you wanted to add a heading down here as a guest, we'll just do this. Bruce at drums. Okay.
Thank you for coming. Blind Guy, his wife, they're live. They're off to cook pancakes. Mega love shout out. Thank you. All right.
Pancakes. Jay. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's just go there and let's clean up this extra S's we don't need.
Okay, Becker's.
And let's go back to the original library. And you can see that edit is in there. So you can have a collaboration where people are editing this. Now, what if you want people to get into the database? Oh, this person can't see the database. Okay. Well, you're going to go to the database page, click on it, and guess what you're going to do? You can share it.
All right. I think I'm learning.
You getting it?
Yes,
you got to do it. You got to play with it to understand. There's a lot of different nuances or ways you can use this. There's not one way. And once you see it, the light bulb goes on, right? So let's see now. You can see it's coming in. So now this person has that database. He has the whole page, including the images, right?
And then after, let's say I'm finished collaborating with this person. Then I can let it go back to private, right?
Yeah, let's say you're like, oh, okay, are you done with doing the database entry? Yeah, okay. I'm going to have you not be able to do that anymore. So I'm going to go to you, click your restrictions, access levels, and click remove, right? Now, guess what? That database...
Unless Jay, they downloaded it and printed it as a PDF, they don't have access to it anymore. When they are allowed to edit, they have downloaded the file as a PDF.
Right. Well, they download a PDF. They own the PDF. Is that the question? I'm sorry.
I mean, for example, I shared something to them, the file. I shared the file to them, and then when
you're saying file. You're talking about a file or a page.
Or sorry, a page. I shared my Notion page to them. Like let's say this lessons, okay, by Bruce. Okay, and then since I shared this to them, and I also gave them access to edit, are they going to be able to download this page?
No.
Oh no.
Not. Okay, good question. They could if you. No, this is not set up to duplicate. You've not created a way where they can do. I mean, they have it here, right? Got an update. Let me just go here, and that's great. They've downloaded in a way, but they don't own that file. Okay. They're only looking with the share. They're really only looking into your workspace. They don't own your workspace.
All right. So they can edit, they can look, but they cannot download nor print.
Well, they can print, but they can't download this Notion page. No, it's not set up. It's not a duplicate. You have to put that up on a public website page like we did originally as a share as a duplicate. Okay. So remember at the top, we had the ability to do a web link, although I can't do it because I'm a guest. So I'll go to the main one. If I want to share that as a duplicate, I got to do it on the web, and I got to have allow duplicate as template checked.
Okay. Otherwise,
and then they could go
just the print.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
If you want, well, I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, let's just, for example, this is no different than if they had the file right now. If they want to print stuff, they can print out of here. Is that the question you're asking?
Yes. It's like two questions, actually. So one is if they can download. You said no, and then my next one was
download what? Download what? This page itself, or this page itself?
Yes, the one that you shared, the one that I shared to this person.
Okay. No. Okay. This is not part of my actual Notion. I've not downloaded it, and I cannot download it here. Okay. From just a share.
All right.
Okay.
Got it.
I can only look at the shares. Now, inside the share, I can edit information. If there's a PDF to download, I can download a PDF, or I could right click and down this image, download, I could copy this image. I can, save that to my thing. But as far as
the actual
book,
like a template.
No, we're not actually owning that in the share.
All right.
And and we're not pulling that into our deal. If you want that, you got to put that up as a duplicate to send to them.
That's very clear. Thank you, Jay. And
I hope so.
Okay, Brian is here. Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining us. I think he is in your page.
Okay. I don't have my page up. I apologize, everybody, because it's I'm trying to focus and I've got.
Sorry, guys.
Brian, how you doing?
Jay can't answer any of you in his YouTube channel right now because he's actually, a guest. But we thank you so much for being there, and stay there, please, and just continue to put your questions or comments, and I'll put it up for Jay. So nice to see you, Brian. Okay, thanks for dropping by, Lakita. All right. Okay, so what's next?
So now let's just pull this whole share out. Let's just get rid of this instructor share. Let's kind of get rid of them. So now I can make it so that in this instructors, let's see here. Let's just pull them out. Let's pull them out here. We'll remove them. So you see he disappeared from here up the top. There's no little bubbles with our faces anymore. That share is gone. We'll go back to his account. When I said to you that he doesn't own, you can't bring that file down, he no longer does it exist in his workspace. Okay. In fact, there's no shares by JA. So there's nothing in that workspace. Okay. Exactly. So that's how you would share to a user. If I wanted to share this whole work pad, that's obviously very simple.
Just share.
I'll show another thing that I think it's important to know and be aware of. You're not going to be an expert by just having me throw you this demo. You may have to watch it again, and you're going to have to play. I'm just trying to give you some ideas so the world opens up to your mind about what it is. But this is a good one to share. So let me share this whole thing to roll. Okay. And I'm going to invite him again. This poor guy, he's been invited like a million times. Now you see this time it popped up in the share, no problem. So I don't know.
Yes.
There's no reason why that didn't before. He's got access to every page. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Let's go to his account. He says, let's go to his account. Where is he? There he is.
Okay.
And you're going to see I got a red notification. It means I got an update. Oh, look, I got a shared workspace.
All right.
And I always do that. I don't know why I hit that all the time.
And that when the shared workspace goes into.
So the shared workspace is giving me access, supposed to anyway, to the practice pad, right? So I shared this practice pad, right?
Okay.
Follow? Did I confuse you?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. We shared from here the practice pad, the whole thing, the lessons, the instructors, and everything to Mr. One Stroke Roll, and then it showed up in here. So you can see if it brings my picture, the name of that. It brings this whole. This is the owner right here, and this is the guest. But see how it brought his whole workspace icon and everything in there. But this is all I can see of Mr. J.A.'s workspace. That's it. All right. If I need to work in something that you've shared me, Lala, I got to go into your workspace here and do it. Doesn't mean I own it. I can't download it. I'm just here to edit or look at it or whatever. I want to show one more thing before we kind of wrap up here a little bit, and we'll do more questions. The lessons is made up of a database. This is a database. And every time I did a lesson or you do a Crafty planner, you would enter a new record, right? And so, let me back that up. Let's open up lesson number 65. Now I can edit all this stuff, right? I can change things in that database because you gave me access to the whole book. I could remove your videos. I could remove your pictures. You see the danger there a little bit, right? But that's okay if you're doing that. But sometimes what happens is this data, I wouldn't want you to touch it. I might want you to see it. So how do we deal with that? Because if I lock the whole page out, you won't be able to see the database info. Notion has a new thing they just released in this database. Okay, this is a table. A table is a database, in case anybody's confused. Where you can, under your share, you can. So you shared the whole page. Okay, we gave Jeffrey access to the whole book, and he can edit everything, right? But now I want to limit you in the lessons. I want you to see this table, but I don't want you.
Even though you already shared it, you can edit the access.
Everything's shared. I want you to be in this page, but I don't want you to change my table. Because what happens is not only can you change the data right now, Lala, but let's say someone accidentally came in here and started adding columns. Right. Or maybe you went in here and started changing the name of my columns.
Okay.
The structure of my table. I don't want you to do that. But maybe I want you to enter the data yet, right? You're a data user. It's a very simple fix. We go back to that page. Sorry, I'm in the wrong page. Count. We go back into the person who lent the book out. We go to that lessons page where the table is. We go to share. And we go back down to restrictions. Right now, I can edit this page fully, but I only want them to be able to edit the content of the database. Okay.
Content.
So I can't edit the database views or I only want them to see the database basically. So our content. Let's just do this. So let me click on this. It's going to tell you, do you want to change this role restriction because this page will no longer inherit the restrictions from the parent page? That's why I keep using the parent. Who's the parent here? The parent is the practice pad. Nothing else has changed but on this page though. It's specific to this page. So now I can only edit. I'm going to jump back. This is going to take you, but already it's changed. I don't have the ability to edit this column. I don't have the ability to add a new column. So I can only now get in here and add information. So I can edit the data. I can't mess around with the table structure. That's a really nice thing because they didn't have that till recently.
It's
and
called
so you
content.
had to share the structure and the data.
That's what we should be. What we should be doing is edit content so that we can retain the structure of our template.
Absolutely.
Okay, got it.
And all this boils down to is know what your purpose is with your content when you're sharing it.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you can start is, if you want, let's jump back to the main page. What is my goal here? So let's just say, for example, what is my goal with my practice pad book when I want to share this out to Mr. Roll? I want him, well, I know I want him to have access and to edit most things. So I create his ability to edit by going at the parent level. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to have him edit everything, right? And so we have can edit, and so he can edit everything. But then I realize, well, I don't want him to be able to do stuff with the table here.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in there, and you can do only edit content, right?
Okay. So,
for just
let
this
me see.
table, for just
All
this
right.
page.
So let me see if I understood this. Okay, check me. Check. Let's do
No,
like
it's
a
a good-
quiz.
talk-
All right.
Talk through it.
All right. So you shared to me the file practice pack, the whole thing. I mean that book. Okay, the parent
book.
book, so to speak. All right. So and you have
got
given me the access to actually edit everything. Okay.
Everything.
But eventually you realize, no. I want you to only be able to add data onto the lessons, but not, be able to edit the structure or the framework of that file. So you go to the share again, and then you give me, you change my permission to can edit content. All right. There
Yep.
you go. Yay!
Yeah. So when you start thinking through what it is you want to do, and you know where you can get at those restrictions. And the nice thing is, once you understand it and you kind of know where they are, they never change. There's only a couple ways to really grant access. There's only a couple ways to change the restriction permissions. So once you understand that you can do this not only at a full book level, but you can also do it at a page level and even a database level.
All right.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, if I go into, okay, so one more thing I want to just show you. Right now, you realized, I don't want this person. I gave them everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized, I don't want them to be able to change the structure of my table, but I want them to be able to enter and add new stuff. Okay, so I can go in here, but I can't change anything up here. Okay, great. But then I realized I don't really even want them. The instructor page. Let's come up. Let's do it this way. This may throw things off. The instructor page. Let's find one. Maybe I can do it this way. I've never done this, so let me see. So James page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's private. I don't want you in there at all. So I'm going to go here. Oh, I can't lie. Oh, I'm in the wrong. I'm not in the right count. I'm sorry. You got to be at the person who's loaning the stuff out. So I'm in the main person's page, and I go out to that James page, and I say, you know what? I'm going to remove you from access to James page. And it's going to say, again, it always walks you through it. Do you want to remove from the access? It no longer inherits the shared settings from the parent page. Yes, restricted.
Okay. So now this
Let's see
person has got an access to everything except for James Payne.
So right now we should have access to everything, but we can't change the structure of the database, and we shouldn't be able to open up James' page in the instructors list. Let's go see. Let's go see if it worked. Oh, we got a problem. That's good.
All right.
So it's private now, right? So let's go back into here.
But the
You
others,
see he's gone? He's
I
gone.
can. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I can go into the others. So you can see, you can set what's called granular. This is the original. This is the person who's loaning the library, my account. I'm setting the rules here. And this is the person who's getting to view inside their account. And now we can't see James anymore. So you get really nice granular control, real specific control. And so you don't have to. People make this mistake, Lala. I just want to warn people. They're always like, I'm just going to share it out. But if you don't want things inside that to share, you have control to go down here and not let them mess around your database. If I wanted to,
right, Jay? Because normally, if you want, you will have to make another file, create something that's specific to that person. Now you don't need to. Just let them, let Notion permission do the trick for
Yeah.
you. You don't need to change anything. Just okay, this one they can access, this one can't, this one can, this one can't. So that's super awesome. This is
It's really
blown.
nice.
I'm mind
Yeah.
blown.
So let's
Super
just for the
nice.
heck of it, let's hide the lessons page. This is going to really blow everything up.
Okay.
So right now I have it set that I could have that person edit, right? But
Mhm.
let's just remove. It's called remove. Any of the let's see here. Did it?
Previous permissions.
Yeah, I'm hoping it did that. Let's see. I'm not sure. It didn't give me a warning there, but let's just go check it out. It might be because I was already on some kind of other limit.
Okay, there's
Let's
a
see.
very important question though from Brian Jay. How do you
Okay.
back everything up in case of a sabotage?
Are you threatening me with some kind of hacks here, sir?
Brian.
So I just want to point out I restricted the lessons page and
Okay.
it's telling me I can't use it. How do you back up? Yeah, that's a good question too. Haven't done a full backup, and you know what? I probably should. I would imagine, and then there's a lot of things I want to go
Jay,
through the
if
settings
those files
with
of
you all at
yours,
some.
like if I am the owner and they got lost, I'm gonna cry. You've done so much already there.
Well, here's the thing I want to. This is another thing with. I don't know if this is just a pro plan thing, and I will look it up. So on my pro plan, you can see I've got, this is my main account and this is my library. And I wanted to use this as my sandbox. And in fact, if you look at my URL at the top, it's called J Smith Sandbox. This is where I just play around. I don't care if the data gets ruined. And you know, if you're just playing around, that's cool. That's not always going to work out. So if you are in your original one, you do want to be careful with this stuff. And there is a way to export. I'll be honest with you, I haven't done it. I will look around. We'll do a whole
All right. Maybe in
thing
our
on
next
that.
session, we can have that as an additional
What's that?
topic. On our next session.
Well, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do another one. There's an export content right here. So in your settings, so if you go to the top settings, I know I saw this the other day. And it's for whatever one's check marked. Okay, so I'm check marked here. And if I go to settings, it's in settings, by the way.
Right.
And I go
can
export
you do this
content.
with a shared file or only the ones that you actually own? Export content.
Well, you know, I don't know if it's going to, I don't know. It's only going to export your stuff, not the shared. When you log back in, your shared will come back in automatically for you, but those aren't your files. So it's not going to export a shared.
Got it.
I can almost bet money on that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no need for that. It will repopulate when you open up your account. This is just for your stuff, not
okay. So
not
then you
somebody
can
that shared to
save
you.
it into whatever you want to save it.
Yeah, it's going to export it into, I don't know if it's an XML file. I'll run some more. I'll run some practices on that, and so we know. I think that's a good question. Brian, I never have that problem. I've never lost content in my life. So it looks like, yeah, Markdown, PDF, HTML. Probably want to use Markdown because you can import that easily back in, I'm sure. Do not delete unless you plan on deleting.
Again, you did export as a CSV?
Yeah, you can, as CVS, I believe it is.
CVS? Or is it
CSV? I'm sorry, I said CVS. CSV.
sorry.
And you can include no files or everything. I would just choose everything unless.
So
you
why
don't
that
want
one, not PDF?
It's CSV. Yeah.
So because
I went. Are you asking me what format to use it?
Yes,
to
yes. When we
export in?
save it, because if it's CSV, then it can be still editable, as in exactly like that. It's like it's a Notion file when you say CSV, right? If it's a PDF, it's uneditable, right?
Yeah, PDF is just a snapshot.
All right.
Okay. You want the CSV because it's a table, and it's going to import those tables of data back into the database.
Okay.
And so just use the default is what I would do, unless all you want to do is to see it.
All right.
It's also, you can't even do this anyway unless you have the enterprise edition for $14 a month.
Wow.
The HTML I wouldn't do because that's website code.
Okay.
use the Markdown and the CSV. That will hook you up. That's the best way to go.
Okay.
I will run
Markdown.
some tests on that and run a video on that. We'll actually play with that. I think that's great.
All right.
That's great. So I think that's pretty good. So I think I probably confused you enough, huh?
No. No, actually, we learned so much today because actually what we're going to be doing. Oops, where's Jay? Sorry, Jay, can we default to your. Okay.
Yeah, I want to show. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
I just want to finish one thought.
Okay.
So we did everything here. That's great. There are, again, if you want to undo shares one at a time, in like, for example, if I want him to see the JPD or whatever, oh, maybe I already did it. It looks like I already did that one. That's right. I did already. So, but if I want to undo these shares, I can drag this back into my private, or I can just click on the parent. Okay. And I can just hit the share button and I can hit remove.
All right. But whatever that person that you shared it to already did in terms of edit will still be saved, right? Even if you
I want to make this very clear. I want to make this very clear. You are not editing when you have a shared and you're editing, you are not editing, you're not editing anything on yours. It's just a portal. It's just a virtual view of that person's actual stuff. Okay? When you're editing, you're really editing their database, their workspace. That is not yours. So there is no difference. It's really hard to explain, but they virtually brought that share into your workspace to work on, but it ain't yours physically. Okay. I don't know how really to put that, but you don't own it. It's not your files. They are not associating that to your name at all.
All right. So when they edit and then it goes back to me at private, so they're the ones that they added also as an edit, I cannot see anymore.
Right. Well, the person who's editing cannot see it anymore. So for example, I took it away.
But the owner
I'll go back in
of the
here.
file can still see all of those.
Yeah, it's your files. Yeah,
got it.
That's the whole point. I have a cake. I want you to help me bake the cake. You're going to make the frosting. So I share out my cake file. You make the frosting. You're really making it in my kitchen, to be honest with you. And I say, okay, we're done. I pull it back. The frosting remains here because it was created really here in my workspace. It never left my workspace. You just had somebody remote in, technically, into your workspace, and they worked in your workspace. That's really what's happening.
All right.
They're not actually taking it separate out. And I think that confuses people.
Okay.
So yeah, you get everything that's been changed by that guest is always with you, whether they leave or not.
That's awesome and clear.
I hope it is, because this can be very confusing. And so you can revoke that way or drag it. So I think revoking is really easy, the permissions. So no.
All right. Oh yeah, revoking. Did we do revoking? Oh, that was the last part, right? When you put it back into place.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, again, you can, I don't have one here because let me go here. I think we took all the shares away. But if you share something and it's in the shared space, you drag it to your private, or if you click on something, you go up to the share and you have the user and you would hit remove. That's all you have to do.
Okay. So
go back in the video.
Okay. It's remove. Okay. So
remove. Yeah.
Okay. So
it's called revoking permissions, but we're removing that guest from, you're removing somebody from being inside your space. That's what it is. So,
got it. Yeah.
All
right. Thank you so much, Jay. Okay, where's your face cam? There you go. That was super duper awesome. Okay, guys, if you are like, I didn't understand. Like, I saw one comment says, this is so nice, but I didn't understand anything. Okay, because if you weren't able to watch the first stream that we had with Notion, you can actually go back to it. I already put in the description the link, okay, to that video where we had Jay explain in detail, okay, with examples, with the file, okay, that you can download so you can practice in that episode. Okay, so this episode is really more of, okay, so what you can do now with your Notion if you want to share it with somebody. Like
Notion, can I just say, Notion is made for collaboration. It's made to have people in teams work on craft projects and develop things. It's really nice to develop and do it. I will say this. Yeah. And if you came in the middle of this stream, you might want to go back to the beginning too, because we kind of walk through some of the basics of sharing out your files. But I think it's very important to know how to share and to share correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really hard. You're going to have to do it. Create a file, create a page or a book, whatever, and have a friend and practice sharing it back and forth, files back and forth. That's the best way to do it, to get used to it. Or create 2 accounts and practice if it really matters to you. You need to practice it to understand it. There's no way to know how to do it. But once you know how to do it, I promise you, it's extremely easy. It's really, really easy.
Okay, exactly. I think, just like any skill, using Notion, it's a skill that needs to be learned. So the only way to do that is to actually use it and practice. And I've been using it and trying to, I started with just basically the template that Jay gave us in the crafting community. Well, that's where we started. And I actually adopted that, one of that, Jay, into, when I have guests in. Before my show flow, okay, or my show of my flow of show, normally I use a Word file, okay. But now after Jay's episode with me, I've been using that. But then I had questions about the permissions, which were answered tonight. So I actually now finally understood that. So thank you so much, Jay. Just last.
This is for Lala. I know why I'm here now. This is a Lala stream.
So just the last, okay. Just let's put up some of the comments. Be sure to subscribe to our friend Lala. Thank you so much, Cashew, for being in Jay's stream. Again, everybody who are in Jay's and Tina One Kenobi stream, thank you so much for supporting my dear friends. Yes, we are doing a pairing stream at this point. So, how do you back? Okay, so we've done that with Brian and OFW Rakiteras. Maraming salamat. Mega love shout out, Pretty K, Master Red. Notion is made for collaboration. Indeed, Tina. Thank you so much for being such an awesome moderator, Tina. Thank you, Jay from Marie. I learned a lot about Notion, using it now, and it's now less overwhelming. Marie has one of the most, what do you call this? Active crafty group in our community. They continue to grow, and this is something, and she has admins, and they have a lot of activities. So this is really going to be very useful for Marie. So she's really interested.
Marie might be over time, depending on what type of structure they have. They might be somebody who pays the $8 a month as a group for the team plan.
Exactly.
And that could be really nice because you can set up admins and be more of a cohesive group.
Do you have an affiliate link, Jay, for Notion? Not yet.
For Notion? Well, Notion's free.
No, eventually.
I don't have it. For the paid stuff? I don't, actually. I don't even know if they have affiliate links. I'll have to take a look at that. That's a good question.
Back, we can check on that one because we're leveling up here.
We are leveling up.
Okay,
and I do... I really think, I know we did the Crafty Planner last time, but I really think you can ask your community, but sometimes I think we need to step back and look at a blank page of Notion with nothing, no books at all, and start from zero and do so. And just so we understand the terminology and we understand the components of that menuing system and the books and how they're isolated and it's a workspace. I think it would be good to do that maybe sometime. So if that's something you'd want to do, I'd love to set up a very, very 101 thing on that. And it's up to you. And then obviously you and I talked about doing a dashboard.
Yes, actually. I'm excited about
This is our dashboard. That. So we made this dashboard per your request. And so we could take the Crafty Planner and make a dashboard for it. So we can have these cool little layouts. That's something we could do.
Yes,
awesome.
Guys, that's going to be up next. Okay, so you just wait. Now is March. So that's coming in May. Right, Jay?
Yeah.
Right.
That'd be great.
That's coming in May, guys. So again, if what we suggest, Jay and I suggest, is you are kind of lost at this point, please do watch the first episode that we have. That was very, very extensive when it comes to the basics. And there is even a template that you can work on. And then now Jay is saying that you can actually take that and start your own, which I basically did. Okay, so now I have my own Notion file. But first, I did that and
That's what
used
I did.
that to actually understand first how Notion
I
works.
think you know what, I want to. That's great. Notion was a little confusing for me, so I went out and found Thomas Frank's template for tasking. Find a simple template like Crafty planning. The reason we did that is because it kind of gets in the mindset of what a planner knows, like a crafty person.
Yes, we
So I thought it was
in our
familiar.
community we
But the best
understand
way to do it
Crafty.
is to
Yes.
download a template and to break it apart and kind of look at it and get used to that, and then try to make your own version of that, the copy of it. So I think that's the best way to learn Notion, to be honest with you.
All right, exactly.
Good on
Thank
you.
you so much, Jay. Again, Cashew is putting down the link, okay, in Jay Smith's channel for those who are there and you've not
Oh, yeah.
seen it. Thank you so much. Mona and you, thank you, Mr. Jay Smith. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Try a stream here. Yes, we're on Jay Smith, Mommy Guide Inc., and Tina1 Kenobi's channel. That's the awesomeness of pairing. I will, Tina, as soon as
Love
I
it.
collate all the files. There you go. And this is the Notion file. If you don't have it yet, again, we are still working on the free version. Just the free version is fine. All
Free
right.
version.
So there you go.
Start
Thank you,
there.
Jay from KM. Need to explore more the features of Notion. Exactly. Nav
You're
Simmer,
welcome.
hello. Okay. And Dr. Roby Ian. All right. Thanks for being on the show, Jay. We always learn a lot whenever you're on.
Oh, I hope so.
Indeed.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jay. This
You're
again,
welcome.
we thought that we're not gonna have any more tech issue tonight, but we did. But it's fine.
We did okay.
Yeah, we
Well,
all
that part
did
was my
tech.
fault.
No,
I forgot we use OBS, not vMix on my
Again,
end.
Jay,
So,
thank you so much. Just the last bye-bye to everybody before I let you go.
bye, everybody. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. If you have any questions, go to my email, my YouTube, you have my about. Reach out to me and direct message me, and I'd be happy to
All
answer any
right.
questions.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Okay. So this is Jay Smith's YouTube. Okay, Jay Smith. Okay, but if and then Jay, if they want to have like questions for you, they go to your website.
Well, I'm working on a website.
Okay, so
So I don't have a website. I'll put up a website pretty quick, and I'm going to create a little section for this group,
all right,
so
guys,
they
so
can
that's nice.
get all the information from video one on.
Okay.
By May, I'll have that before May. I'll have that done, and you can post
All
that
right.
up if you
And
want.
guys, if you have
Yeah.
questions, you have a topic that you think, Jay doesn't do only Notion. Okay. So after Notion, we plan to do, a different kind of topic. So
Yep.
if you want to know what Jay can do, definitely first head on to his, YouTube channel. Okay. Now, do you have a regular schedule now, Jay? Still rolling it out?
No, right now we're just doing these pop-up streams, or we call them pop-in streams.
Mhm.
We're generally in the middle of the week, sometime after, in the morning your time.
Yes.
So 7, 8, like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's really early for you.
Oh no, it's okay. We wake
Um,
up early here. Yes.
So we're on there. I try to get the thumbnails up and running. So subscribe, get the notification alert if you want,
All
and we'll
right.
do that. And then I'm going to start doing some streams of my own, here and there during the week or on Saturdays as well. So if you get the notifications, I'm going to do some Notion streams like this as well, little things, like little small things, but also I'll be doing some actual recorded videos now
Oh, that's
on Notion.
good.
So
We
I'll be
also
up
are
in that game as
interested
well.
in that. All right. So again, guys, the best way is to, if you are not yet subscribed to our dear friend Jay Smith, you need to, so that when when he goes live or he has a new uploaded video, you get notified. So that's the deal. All right. You need
Yeah.
to subscribe. So again, thank you so much, Jay, and I'll see
Thank you
you
for having
in
me.
May. All right.
Bye. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
guys soon.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. All right. So that doesn't end our stream for tonight, although we're saying bye-bye to Jay. Okay, because today, okay, it's a Saturday. I promised, okay, that we are going to do the raffle. Okay, for those who actually will win Sammy Superstar, 5 tickets to Sammy Superstar's virtual conference. Okay, but first and foremost, before we do that, Team Bahay. We do have Team Bahay. All right, so Tina1 Kenobi, you can start going up. All right, so Team Bahay, you need to show us, okay? Remember what we did last time? Okay, so you need to show us, okay, something that you did in Notion today. Again, take a photo of that and send it to Mobby Guide Inc.'s Discord server, and then I will show it later. Okay, winner of Team Bahay for tonight. Okay, Sammy is going to give away five free tickets. Okay, to the virtual conference. Okay, Team Bahay winner, I will sponsor, one ticket, additional more tickets. So we will raffle out 6 winners, for Sammy's virtual conference. One care of Mommy Guide Inc. Again, Jay, thank you so much. Jay says, thank you all. Sorry I couldn't engage with you during, the stream, but it was lovely knowing you buds were here. Yes, that is Jay saying hi and thank you. And sorry to everybody on his stream. Okay, so again, Cashew, thank you for moderating in Jay's channel, and hope to have you guys back here. All right, so I will now bring in first. Okay, so Team Bahay, you can start editing. Okay, but first and foremost, I want to have a chit chat with Sammy Superstar first and thank him, for sponsoring 5 tickets, for our community for his virtual conference. All right, so everybody knows Sammy Superstar here because from the beginning, I've been always talking about Sammy, how he has been helping me, through thick and thin, through tech issue here and there. So now he has his own virtual conference. So without further ado, let's all welcome Sammy Superstar. Okay, hi, Sammy. Hold on. Where is Sammy? Okay, hold on. Okay, Sammy. There you go. Hi, Sammy.
Hey, everybody.
All right. How are you today? It's quite early for you, I know.
No, it's not. It's 10.
Oh,
right
it's
now.
10 already. All right. So Sammy,
yeah.
so we want to, we want you to talk about, your virtual conference. Okay. So maybe you
Yes.
could, in detail, why do they need to be excited about this? And why is it nice
Yes.
for them to actually attend this one? All right. So hold
Yeah,
on,
totally.
Sammy. Don't yet. Okay, I'll bring you in over there. Okay, go, Sam. Whoops. Too big. Okay, Sammy's too big.
Yeah. Too big.
Sammy is giant. Okay, hold on.
Giant Sammy.
Okay, I will make Sammy, just not too giant. Okay, hold on.
Or I could move back.
No, it's okay, Sammy. You can just stay there and I'll fix it. There you go.
Great.
Okay. So let's talk more about your virtual conference, Sammy.
So, Mastering Your Interviews, that's the name of the conference.
Mhm.
And I want to help people make better videos and interviews. So this conference is going to teach you how to make overlays, how to make better sound, what camera should I use. All of the basics plus the more in depth, because I have been doing interviews for the last year now. And I know Lala does them and other people, but she might not know how to actually use the best mic. And I'm actually going to show you how to mic an in-person interview, because some of the countries going back and it's normal and people are doing conferences. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do like a online event, like with the audio for like an interview, or even in person, because I know a lot of people are doing that now. So you're going to learn so much.
All right. So I'm really getting excited just talking about that one. Hold on, Sammy. I'll just put you back in here with me. All right. So Sammy, so this is if you want to buy tickets, because you might not win. One of the 5 plus 1 that I'm gonna buy from Sammy, that's gonna be for Team Bahay winner for tonight. Okay, so we'll be raffling out 6 winners for tonight. Okay, so head on to sammysuperstar.com. Okay, and this is where it's gonna take you. Okay, it says Mastering Your Interviews. Okay, and then you just need to press on that Get Your Tickets Now. Okay, how much are the tickets, Sammy?
They are $25.
All
just
right,
for
guys.
a great
For
deal.
a 2-day, right? It's 2 days.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's 2 days on March 25th and 26th. All right, yes, Sammy. Okay.
I'm just checking the time for, okay.
Okay, yes, because the time, it's March 25 and 26. He is on EST time, so that is what time for us, Sammy?
I think it says 5 p.m. 5 oh man.
Oh, that's
really
too
bad.
early for us. But it's okay, right? Do we get recorded?
Yes.
Yes, so that's the
So
thing.
the people that pay
Mhm.
or that win the giveaway, they are going to be getting the replays and all that, and then it's gonna get the replay ticket. I figured out a way to get the replay ticket out the same day, so you're gonna get the same day, so that's gonna be amazing.
All right, indeed. Hold on, Sammy. Okay, I just want that to be here so they can see your name. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back here. Okay, so again, three main reasons why you need to join. Okay, so there's tech for interviews where they talk about
Yeah.
mastering the tech interviews. And you have, how to build confidence on interviews. Okay, and getting better audio. Okay. So mastering your interview speakers. This is where I'm truly, truly excited. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the speakers, Sam.
Okay, so we have Rob Balasavis. He's gonna talk about how to convert your interviews into
Yes.
a podcast. He
And
does
Sammy,
interviews,
Rob
amazing.
Balasabas is Filipino. He's Filipino-Canadian.
Yeah.
So support
And
Rob.
also a good friend of mine.
Mhm.
So he's gonna be talking about how to change them, because I know he does a lot of interviews and then he records them and all that stuff. So
Oh,
he's
with
gonna talk
purpose.
about that.
Yes.
Matt Haas, another community person that is in our community.
Mhm.
He is gonna talk about Photoshop overlay. So some people like Photoshop, some people like Canva. This is more advanced.
Yes, like what you
and
see
more-
here, guys. This is what we call an overlay. So
Yeah.
Matt is gonna show that, okay, using Photoshop.
And that's usually they make those in Photoshop and
Mhm.
Canva, but more people are using Photoshop because there's more tools.
Mhm.
It's just
More
easier,
functionality. All right.
Yeah, and then Mr. Camera Junkie, another good content creator, he's going to talk about what camera you should use, all of that stuff.
Yes, that's a very
Um,
common question among the community. What camera do I use? All right, so there, Mr.
Yeah,
Camera Junkie.
So he's a photographer, a camera pro, and he actually edits the eCam videos and the Doc Rock videos. So
Oh, great.
they're all, so he knows what he's talking about.
All right, and of course we have Anna and Fulgence.
Yeah, they're gonna teach you how to make overlays into eCam Live.
All right.
So that's amazing because
eCam Live,
you
guys,
can
is
do-
a streaming platform which
Yeah.
Sammy and I are actually using. All right.
Yes.
And of course, we'll have Sammy Superstar. Okay.
With that amazing curtain photo.
Yes, that's a funny one. Okay, so how to make your audio better for interviews. So Sammy is,
Yeah, so
you
I'm
know
gonna
how
be
Sammy
going-
helped me with my audio, right? So
Yeah.
that's really his forte. And of course, we also know the next guest, Ostinator. The next speaker, rather.
Yeah.
Okay. So what
Cool.
will Austin talk about, Sammy?
So he's gonna talk about how to build a community on Discord and all that stuff, because I don't know how to do Discord. He set up the Discord for the conference, so it's another way to communicate.
Exactly.
So-
And for us also, for those who are
Yeah.
in Mommy Guide Inc.'s Discord server, Austin was the one who set it up for us. So if you want to do something like what we have in Mommy Guide Inc. Discord server and in Sammy's also, then you need to be able
Yeah,
to watch that
totally.
one. All right.
And then we have
Dr.
my good
Elo.
friend Dr. Elo, wonderful guy. He
Again.
knows the tech, he knows everything. So I just asked him because he's a really close, a good
Mhm.
friend of mine, and he knows the tech. He has
And he's
done
been
a lot of,
here also in the show several times in the past. So a lot of us actually know Dr. Elo. And this is so exciting. Who is this super secret guest? Can we already know, Sammy?
So I have to upload that soon. We have
okay.
someone that is going to be talking about how to do in-person interviews, what questions you should ask.
Oh, I think I know who.
Who?
Is she a girl? Starts with the letter M?
No.
No? Okay. So I'm wrong. It's okay, guys. But definitely, it's somebody's super secret guest.
No,
Because,
no,
you
no.
know,
The reason
Sammy
is
knows a lot of people in the industry, right? So I'm sure it's going to be somebody that we can really look forward to. And of course,
yeah.
Sammy has a sponsor.
So we have the wonderful Ecamm. I'm going to be emailing them again later to get
All
more
right.
details. But so far, we're going to have a giveaway, and you
Ooh.
can win one 1 year pro subscription to Ecamm.
Oh my goodness, guys. Can I join?
No. Everyone can do it.
Okay, so
because-
everybody who goes into the conference, okay,
Yeah.
who joins the
and
conference
then
can
I'm
win.
going to work with some other companies if they don't have a Mac.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Sammy. Again,
So,
that is,
yeah.
you know, that, so you don't want to miss this thing. It's just $25, guys. Okay, all you need to do again is to go to sammysuperstar.com. Okay, and when you get there, you just press onto this, get your tickets now, and it will lead you to this one, Mastering Your Interviews Virtual Conference. You just add to cart, okay, or buy it now, okay, and then you just check out, okay, and proceed. All right, okay, just put in all your details, and you can use PayPal, right, because you're in the Philippines. Okay, if you don't, or you can use your credit card, whatever it is that you have. All right, so Sammy, again, okay, so I want you to be here for the actual raffle. Okay, so
yeah,
we're
should I
going
still
to
be
try.
on?
Okay, yes,
How
Sammy.
many more minutes until the raffle?
Okay, we're gonna do it now.
Oh, so I will be here still.
Yes,
Great.
so you'll be here. So I want you to join me when we actually do the raffle. Okay, first and foremost, what I did, Sammy, was you know, to rally the community of crafters, because there are so many
Mhm.
talented crafters in my community. But I'm trying to push everyone, or more of them, to actually do live streams and interviews.
Yeah.
So the past couple of 2 weeks, I asked them, you know, they're very shy people, not like me, right? So but they, you know, some uploaded edited videos, some actually did live streams. All right, so it's a mix of those. So these are the people who actually did so we will be raffling 3 from here. All right, and then we will add more names to include the Filipino YouTube community thereafter. Okay, so for the Filipino YouTube community, if you have not shared this stream yet, please do so, because everybody who's been in the chat since we started, I will include for the last 3 tickets to be raffled out. Again, 5 of which courtesy of Sammy Superstar. Thank you so much, Sammy. And 1 that I will buy from Sammy, okay, for Team Bahay. Okay, so but for the Team Bahay, I will raffle out later. So 3 for my community, crafting community, and 2 from everybody, including the Filipino YouTube
Okay.
community. Yes, Sammy.
So there's 12 people in this chat right now. If you don't win right now, you can use code Mommy Guiding, all capitals, to get your free ticket.
Sammy? Really?
Yes. So
Okay,
it will
guys.
be 100.
Okay,
So,
guys, did you hear that? Okay.
If you don't win,
Oh my
you
goodness.
have a chance.
Okay, guys, this is awesome. Okay, this is like, okay, you only happens here at Mommy Guide Inc. with Sammy Superstar. We gotta type that in. Mommy Guide Inc. Okay, so what will they do, Sammy, again? If they don't win, in the event that they don't win. Okay.
There's a code button and it says Mommy Guide.
Okay, just
Inc.
Mommy Guide or Mommy Guide Inc. What are they supposed to
Mommy Guide Inc.
All right, so it has to be Mommy Guide Inc., guys. So that's what you are supposed to put in the code, okay? If, okay, in case you don't win. All right, first.
And you can get the replays too.
All right, and wow, Sammy, that is super generous of you. Guys, okay, I think one thing that we can do to repay Sammy for this is, if you are not subscribed yet to my dear friend Sammy, guys, okay, this is Sammy Superstar on YouTube, okay? That's Sammy Superstar. Head on to his channel, watch several of his videos, like it, and subscribe, okay? Please don't okay, subscribe unless you actually did, the instructions that I mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Sammy, let's do this. Okay, guys. Okay, for the team. Okay, this is for the crafty community. So, whether they're here or not, they get to win. Okay. But the next two, okay, you have to say present. Okay. So, again, first time. Okay. So, first winner, Sammy, is Miss. All right. So, Dr. Rhea. Okay, she is mono and use. Congratulations, Doc Ree. All right.
Congrats.
All right. So that's Doc Ree. So we removed Doc Ree already. Okay, congratulations, Doc. Okay, and then, okay, so we'll raffle out 3 from here. Who is MO? I don't know who's MO. I think, sorry. This is a wrong.
Oh,
There's no MO. I think that was, I accidentally typed that. Sorry, guys.
yeah.
Okay. Again, this is I hope that in the future more from our community will actually go live. All right, and create more videos. Miss Marie? Yes, it's Marie Michelle Vicente of Craft Create and Swap Club. Congratulations to you. She's the head of one of, the biggest crafty groups we have in the country right now, Sammy. Thank you so much,
Wow.
Miss Marie. All right, and hope to see you there. Okay, and of course, the last one, okay, from the Team Bahay community, okay, is, okay, Crafty Sister Tina One Kenobi. All right, congratulations. Okay. All right. So now, Sammy, I will add, okay, the people from those who've actually been, although they're not in the crafting community, they have been supporting, our streams. Okay, and those who are here right now, so I have to add their names as well. Okay, so we'll get 2 from here. Okay, and then let's have, why are there blanks over there? Okay, so we'll have Intan. I see Intan in the chat. Okay, I also see, who else is here? Sky A2. Again, okay, so we're drafting off 2 more. Okay. Now, because there's 18 after this, Sammy, so I'll just raffle out the additional 12. Okay, don't give 18 anymore.
Okay.
Just the 12. All right. Okay, I'm just looking at the chat right now, guys, and checking. If your name is not in the wheel, please put in the chat. Okay. So, okay, Christine. Okay, let's add Christine. Christine Agravante. Who else is not here? Charlene. Okay. Who else? Ate Margie is here already. Superfluous, Marie, Tina, Charlene, KM. Okay, Norman. Okay, Norman is here already. OFW, Raqueteras. Okay, and then we have, okay, Ash. Okay, in Canada. Okay, we have Brian. Okay, who else? We have Nam. We have Zell TV. Okay, and then we have, who else? Sorry, Sammy, I'm just trying to go through all the people in the chat.
Okay.
Because it's been a long stream, so there's so many. Okay, Christopher. Okay, this is in Jay's community. Christopher. Okay, and then we have Vince. This is John's friend, Vince Portelli. Okay, and then we have Mizelle is already here. Okay, Master Red is already here. All right, this is it. Okay, so we'll raffle out 2 more. Okay, and then later for Team Bahay. Okay. Okay, so right now, Sammy, we have 3. Okay, and we have Vince Portelli. Okay, Sammy, I won't ask them to have to do what do you call this? To do a present already, okay? Because they are in Jay's stream. But we will message Jay about it.
Okay.
All right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the fifth one is... Oh, Tina already won. Okay, hold on. I should have removed Tina. Okay, so we'll do another round, guys. Okay. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, Sammy, since if they win, what do they need to do? They still need to go to, okay, the website, right?
Yeah.
So, how will we give? Okay, Jeffrey Mampusti, congratulations, Jeffrey. Okay, you won a ticket to Sammy Superstars virtual
Okay.
conference. Okay, Sammy,
So
how will they do with this? How will we give them we'll just give them the link. I'll just send them the link. Right? They don't need to, or and then I'll send you their emails as well.
maybe if they win, they can use the discount code Mommy Guide Inc.
Oh, okay, but maybe they will all use the discount code. So how's that?
Yeah.
So basically,
Or maybe
but there's 18 here, and then there's like some others, so they might all use.
can
Mommy
you
Guide.
just, if you know them already, just send me the emails and then I can email them.
All right, I think that's a better one, Sammy. All right, okay, again, the Mommy Guide
totally.
Inc., guys. Okay, hold that. Okay, hold that, because, okay, I will have to tell you who. Okay, who. Okay, Sammy. Okay, so if people start emailing you or getting, they're using Mommy Guide Inc., you need to double check with me if they are really the winners for the 12. All right?
Okay.
Because now there's more. There's 18 people. And you mentioned only 12. All right? So I will have to raffle that out later. And whoever wins that 12, okay, for that 12 people, all you need to do is go to sammysuperstar.com, check it out, and use that code. Again, okay, even if that code gets you in there, unless Sammy gets the, heads up from me that you are one of those 12, then, okay, you will not be able to get the free ticket. Okay, but if ever you don't get to, it's okay, because it's just $25, guys. You can always
No,
buy
I upped
it.
the price. I upped the price to $50 because I was giving you the deal. So you could support or you.
No, Sammy. It's okay. $25, $25. All right, again, Sammy, invite them over one more time before I do the Team Bahay.
Okay, so you can check out the website or you can subscribe to sammysuperstar.com.
All right, again,
Remember-
this is it. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's his
Totally.
banner, okay, on his YouTube channel. There, Sammy Superstar. Okay, again, when is the conference, Sammy? March 25?
March 25th to the 26th. And I should know this because it's my conference and it's
Exactly.
happening in
All right,
week.
yes, because Sammy
Yeah.
is really, really busy. All right,
Yeah.
so March 25 and 26. All right, Sammy, thank you so much. Okay, that's not Sammy. Okay, I need to put the right name for Sammy over there. Hold on, before I let you go. Okay, I need to put Sammy over there. There you go.
Oh, before I leave,
Okay, yes, Sammy.
should I show them what I'm seeing for the conference?
What you are?
No. What will I like the tech that I'm gonna be seeing? Or
Oh, okay. So like a behind the scenes thing?
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
this
okay, that would be good. Okay, hold on. Let's first fix this name of yours so
Yeah.
that it can have. Okay, so there you go. So let's see. Wow.
So that is the setup. So I'm working on a video. Oh man. Silly camera. So
Wow.
little issue.
This is
But-
the behind the scenes.
Yeah. So there's a 50-inch TV so I can see the Zoom call and all that stuff. I have a mouse and keyboard so I can see all that. And then I have a vertical monitor that says mastering your interviews, and that is the chat. So I'm gonna have the Zoom chat and all that stuff, and then I'm gonna have a call with the guest and then the speakers. So it's going to be really cool. And then I have my Sony and then the light. So
All
that's the
right.
setup.
That's
Pretty
super,
cool.
super awesome, Sammy. We're so excited about it. All right. So, Sammy, thank you so much again for coming in. And I will send you the names of all the winners. Okay. So, again, Sammy, is it correct? Okay. So, you gave 5. So, are you adding 7 to make it 12? Or are you adding 12? So, just add 7 to make it 12.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So initially there was 5 winners. Okay. So I'm gonna add 7 more later, so that a total of 12 free tickets from Sammy Superstar, and 1 more courtesy of Mommy Guide Inc. that I will pay for to Sammy. All right, Sammy. Thank you so much. And then we will start Team Bahay now. See you on the 25th, Sammy. All right. So now that Sammy, okay, now we will start Team Bahay. Okay, guys, if you are not yet, okay, if you have not yet submitted, please do so. I'll just bring in my, crafty sisters for tonight. Okay, of course, we have Sis Tina. Hi, Tina.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here.
All right. And of course, we have Charlene. Charlene, where are you?
I'm here.
Okay, wait a
Can you
minute.
hear me?
Sis, wala yung video mo.
Oo nga kasi nasa ako, kala ko mag-share tayo ng Nasa desktop ako eh. I thought we were gonna share lang the screen eh.
Okay. If you want to, pwede naman, sis. Okay.
Ito yung I'll share
sige.
my screen na lang.
Alright. Okay. So, sorry naman po. Okay. So, mag-share na lang si Sis Charles ng... Okay, hold on.
I'm already sharing. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I will just change. Okay. Charlene, I will just do that. Okay, and share screen. Yeah, I've been bogged down with the tech issue the whole night, ha? There you go. Okay, so pakita na ni Sis Charlene. So, Sis Charlene, so sinabayan mo na si Jay kanina.
Ito na. Pero hindi ako makashare. Yung sharing, oo, pero wala akong ma-sharean eh. So, yung kapiling.
Pero ayan yung ginawa mong yan yung ginawa mong Notion file.
At saka may ginawa pa akong isa. Yung ginawa ko yung sa, yung
sige,
planning
sis, pakita na lang. Siguro go through your file.
Ito. Ay, paano ko ba i-open
Open. Yan, open.
Oh, yun. Yan.
Oh, wow.
Ginawa ko for the swap yan eh.
Diba? So, meron ka ng sariling parang album of your layouts or mga projects mo. Okay, anong tawag mo sa Notion file na ito?
Hindi, ito yung CSS project and swap tracker.
Okay. So, gumawa si Shirley ng swap tracker niya. Okay. So, ang nandyan ay photo. So, in the future, so how do you want to use this file for collaborative purposes, sis? Wala? Or yung isa yon? Yung parang sa...
yung isa yun eh. Yung isa was all the articles I wanna read lang.
Okay. So, wala ka pa talaga yung pang-edit. Sabi mo nga
Oo, wala pa kasi wala akong ma-sharean. Pero pwede kasi to, I can put how I did it or materials.
Sige, sis. Go ahead. We would love to show, to see how you actually did it. Okay. Let's do that.
Ayan, gumawa akong flip-flops and umbrella.
Ang cute. This is the swap for the current swap nyo? Kasi summer?
March 10, yeah.
March 10, ayan. Alright, and then the other one?
The other one is more of an article na kinopya ko. Kasi reading list ko siya. Parang
okay. So in the reading list, so you have their links, photos, para isahang bagsak na lang,
Oo.
Hindi yung pupunta ka pa dun sa page na ganito.
Para in-add ko dito. Ito yung cut and paste.
Galing. So guys, see, you can personalize your Notion file, and that's basically what Charlene has done here. So nakikita namin yung meron siyang podcast. Dapat kasama ako sa listahan ng podcast mo, ha?
Wala pa, 0 pa.
Ay, grabe. I-add na dyan si Conversations with Lala.
I-add ko yan, mami.
Kailangan i-add Conversations with Lala.
Ayan.
ina-add di ba? Alright. Okay. So, ayan. So, yan na. So, naka-set up na yung ano ni Tina. So, hopefully, by the time we go to, the next session of
Yeah.
Notion, mas marami-rami ng file. And of course, si Charlene. Okay, nagkaka-tech issue ako ngayon. So, yung dapat na ipapakita ko, hindi ko mapapakita. So, on Wednesday na lang. But again, we would love to greet you. Happy birthday!
Oh,
Happy
thank you.
birthday, dear! Okay, birthday
Thank
po
you,
ng
thank
ating
you.
crafty sister, si Charlene, this week.
Last
Ayan.
week.
I hope naririnig mo yung happy birthday song.
Konti. Oo.
Medyo mahina lang. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Okay, love you, Charles. Stay
Love
safe.
you.
Okay,
Thank
stay
you, thank
gorgeous
you.
and more crafty nights together with you. Alright, so sa Wednesday, alam ko wala ka, pero doon ka namin bibigyan ng tribute. Alright, thank you, si Charles.
Thanks.
Okay, so now let's go to si Tina. Alright, si Tina.
Ito naman.
Ayan. Oh, meal planner. Okay.
Akala mo kumakain, ano? Pero,
Kanino mo yan isi-share?
Sa'yo.
Sabi ko.
Ayan, so yan ang meal planner ko. Ito yung share. Ito na yung may link na siya. So, invite na lang, no? Kasi yung public. Parang kinakabahan ko sa public. Eh.
Ayun
Oo,
din na yung
actually.
ginagawa in public.
Oo. Actually, public lang ako before, pero ngayon I realize, pag nagkamali
Pwede.
ako, di ba? Oo.
Yeah.
So, mas maganda talaga yung invite na lang.
Saka walang tracker. 'Di ba? Parang walang tracker like who edited it. So ito yung for public pero off natin 'yan. So invite
Okay.
na lang.
Okay.
Ah.
So again, if you don't know how to actually create that, so since akyat natin. So gumawa siya ng, 'di ba, parang ang Notion para kang gumagawa ng website, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
tinuro ni Jayan last time how to actually, put up those, banner and then yung parang icon. May itlog talaga. I remember the story of that itlog. Nagbayad ka ng buo pero kalahating itlog. All right. And then, okay, so you're gonna share the whole file to me.
Yes.
Okay, baka gusto mo namang i-share ang isang araw sa mga file na yan. Katulad ng ginawa ni Charles na inopen niya yung kanyang Notion file.
What do you mean? Yung
Diba-
buo?
Oh, wala ba yan? Hindi na ba na-unpack yan? Wala nang clickable anywhere there.
Wala. Ano lang, ganyan lang yan. Kasimple, ganyan lang.
Okay. Got it. All right. So, there you go. Okay, so that is what Tina actually created. So, Tina, picturean nyo yan, tsaka si Charles para makita nila.
Oh,
Oo.
Yeah,
Isasabit
Yeah.
natin yan sa congratulations nga
I
pala.
sent it to Discord.
Me
Okay.
too.
Ayan, oo. All right. So,
Tapos
thank you,
ito, may
Charles. And
videos
Tina,
right
please
there.
send pictures and send to Discord. Okay. So, ako
I did.
naman po. All right. So, let me... Okay. Asan ako? Di ba kaming anim to? Asan ako? Sorry, guys. Hinahanap ko kung nasan ako eh. Hindi pa ho tayo end. Ano ba? Lala. Guys, hindi ko mahanap yung window ko. O sige, ito na nga lang. Okay. So, ang mangyayari, di ba? Ang galing ko. Okay.
May question ako. Physical ticket ba yung kay Sammy? Kasi may shipping eh.
Hindi.
Okay.
Oo.
Sige.
I-ano nyo na lang, hayaan mo na. Okay. So,
Sige.
ako nang mag-aano sa kanya.
So parang lahat dito winner, no?
Hindi kasi 18 eh. Kanina 18, 17. Ang kukunin ko na lang 8. 8 na lang. Okay, so Lalas MacBook Pro. Okay, so guys, eto na. Lalakihan ko na. Okay?
Yan.
So,
Show flow.
basically, what I do, ano ba? Sorry guys, sandali lang. Inaayos ng lola mo. Ito, buong araw ko na ako nagkaka-issue dito. Alright, so, basically, ibababa ko lang po kasi, mamaya, pag pinindot ko, makikita sa lahat. Okay, hold on. Alright, so there you go. Okay, nakikita ba? Okay, so this is my show flow. Teka, try ko pang lakihan. Baka pwede ko pang lakihan.
Ayan. Wow. Talagang ginawa pati yung Card Maker Summit. Okay.
Oo, teka lang bakit yung aking camera? Okay, hold lang po. Hold it there. So that one, dapat yung camera ko. Where is my camera? Guys, sorry ha. Na-OOC ako eh. Ayoko nung itsura niya. So, I have to,
Fix it.
I just
Yan,
have to
sa
fix it. Asan ako?
Mhm.
So, ito ba ako? Ito ako? Hindi ako yon. So, there's another camera. Ito ako. Okay, so ito yung dapat kong iakyat. Guys, sorry. Konting-konti na lang. Bear with your lola. Bear with Mami Lala. Okay? At ang na-OOC po ako. Okay? Hindi ko kayanin na ganyan siya kapangit. Okay, so gusto ko siyang i-zoom. Ayan, para kitang-kita niyo. Alright. So basically, this is what I have for my show flow. So pag meron akong guests, Miss Marie, pwede sa inyo to, sis, batchmate. Kunwari may guest ka. Okay, sa Craft, Create, and Swap para dun sa ano nyo. Ano ba? Gumagalaw lahat ng aking mga ano ba?
Lock.
What is happening?
Breathe in, breathe out.
Nakakainis, 'di ba? Parang kanina pa siya, buong araw na siya ha.
Okay
Hindi
lang
na ako
yan.
hindi na ako natutuwa.
Ayan, so lock it.
Okay,
Lock it
okay.
now.
All right. Okay, so yan na siya. Okay, so basically, okay, what's happening is yan no. So, yan yung mga naging recent shows ko, 'di ba? Podcasting, creating and managing a community, Canva, okay. So, ano ba yan? Alright, so ganyan siya. Okay, and then I will open, like, let's say, for example, how to do shorts on TikTok, right? So I open it. Okay, and then you will see that this is the file that I actually share to my guest. Okay, so in the file, you will see the title, how to do shorts on TikTok, the date, the time, okay, ano siya, pre-show, in process, description, and then I'll put the title, I put the name of the guest, okay, guest social media handle links. Okay, so normally yan ay blanco. Okay, so blanco yan, and then ina-attach na lang nila. Okay, so since tapos na to, so in-attach na nila, na-share ko na yan. Okay, guest solo photo, okay, and then guest creative bio, okay, guest promo, so pwede nilang i-upload dyan, or add an image. Okay? And then, sinisend ko yung Q&A. So, guide nila so that they know more or less, you know, the questions that I'm going to be asking. Okay? So, yan lang yung sinishare ko. I just press share. Okay? And then, prior to this episode, all I do is just share to web. Now, I realize dapat dun ako sa invite.
Oo.
Okay? So, ayan, katulad yan. Okay, kunwari kay Miss Gladys. So, si Miss Gladys, kunwari, aakyat ko. And then, i-invite ko siya. Okay? So, ngayon, ma-edit na ni Miss Gladys yan. Na, kunwari, ayaw ko na, tapos na, ayaw ko na. So, I will just remove access. So, yun yung sinabi kanina ni Jay. Ayan. So, ang pangit ng aking screen. Sorry naman, nawala yung solo screen ko. Okay, hold on. Let's go to the 6 of us. Charles?
Yeah,
Are you still here?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Sige, ayan. So, isi-share ko
You
na
can
lang
see
yung
me
list.
actually.
Okay,
No, actually, I'm on cam na.
okay. Bakit itim?
I don't know why. It's here naman.
Okay, Charles,
Wait,
can you go
I
out?
can see my, I see my camera.
Okay,
Wait,
Charles, can you go out and in? Ayan na nga, nandyan ka nga. Oo nga, nakikita kita. Sandali. Shine. There. Okay, yung nalang screen share mo ang hindi ko makita.
I don't know nga. Nag-black. Wait.
Oo. Yan! Yay!
yeah.
Okay? So,
Yeah.
basically, yan yung aming mga na-create tonight. Okay? So, yan yung po akin. Ito yung kay Tina, yung meal planner. At ito naman, kita mo, may bago na naman, movie list! Kanina, book!
Diba?
Tapos, meron yung
Yung movie list, shinare ko kay Jacob.
Gusto ko yan. Oo nga pala, congratulations, Jacob! Gagraduate na ang ating baby.
Hi, congratulations!
Oo,
Yeah,
yan. Oo.
thank
Correct. So, ngayon, pupunta naman ako sa, Discord. Okay, sige, magchika muna kayo dyan. Sis Tina, mag-invite ka muna habang ako'y pumupunta ng Discord for our team bahay.
Invite them?
Yes, to your channel.
Grabe, pumayat ka na. Talagang nag-working diet
neck
mo.
ko. Pero may double chin pa rin ako.
Grabe, talagang dedicated.
Oo.
Galing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Sana magtuloy-tuloy, di ba? May 2.0 pa Beach Body Challenge. 2.0.
Beach body, hindi ko kaya.
Ano ba yung una? Hindi ba beach body na nga ito?
Oo nga, 1.0. May Beachbody 2.0 nag-open na, which we will do, Lala, di ba?
Guys, nakikita nyo ba yung pula na yan? Nakikita nyo? Sis magang-maga, that's my
Booster mo.
injection from Moderna. Sis magang-maga siya.
Hala.
Hot and cold
Ang
complex,
sakit,
diba?
no?
Maga,
Oo,
sobrang
hot
maga.
and cold.
Oh,
Ialagnat ka ba?
hindi naman, pero magang-maga siya.
Kailan yan?
Wala.
Yesterday.
Okay. At least hindi ka nilagnat. Booster ba yan or full shot?
Booster.
Okay, half shot lang ang booster eh. Pero masakit yan.
Pero
Oo.
naku, tumaba siya. Paano ko pa dadapain to? Hot and
Hayaan mo
cold?
lang.
Hot and cold
Hindi, hayaan mo
compress.
Ah, hayaan
Ang
ko
pula, grabe.
Oh, tapos ang kapal, guys.
Tignan mo.
Ganyan na siya.
Oo, makapal siya talaga. Pero ba't namumula?
Hindi
Yung sa
ko
akin
alam.
nang mamaga lang pero hindi namula.
Oo, matnaba.
Hindi namula. Yung maga talaga.
Oo,
Maga
tapos
talaga
ang
siya.
init-init
Pero bakit
niya.
ang pula? Oo, mainit.
Oo.
Pero ba't ang
So,
pula niya?
hindi ko rin alam. O,
Hindi sa
diba?
mama ko eh.
Napula rin?
Oo, sa flu shot.
Flu.
Nagganyan siya.
Okay.
Okay, so papakita ko naman ngayon guys yung ating, Discord. Okay. Ayan, sorry naman at merong ano dito. May nakikita kayong excess dyan. Okay. Ang pangit. Hindi ko mahanap yung aking, you know what? Tanggalin ko na lang yung sarili ko, no? I would rather just, remove myself. Naiirita ako na, hindi siya okay.
Ayan.
Okay? Sige, ganyan na
Okay.
lang ako. Oo.
Yan.
Oh, gusto nyo bilog ako? Hindi, ganyan na lang. Alright, so yan na lang. Ang Discord,
Pag in-enlarge mo, matatakpan ka? Or
Related happy birthday, Sammy!
ayan. Thank you po. Okay, ano tong nasa likod? Bakit merong nasa likod?
Ilan taon na siya? 19?
No, 20.
20? Wow!
My dear Sammy is 20. Hindi ako makapaniwalang, my goodness, ang anak ko ay 20 na. Oh, my gulay. Alright, so eto na. Okay, iakyat ko ang sarili ko. Ayan, okay? So, eto po ang mga submissions for tonight. Okay? So, wow! Okay, ang dami ni Marie. Okay. Remember, inumpisahan niya na to last time eh. 'Di ba? Ay, ano nangyari?
Ayan, nag-enlarge.
Dali. Okay. Kasi nakikita ko yung sarili ko sa likod, naiinis ako. Ayan.
Hindi ka naman namin mapansin yun.
Oo, hindi ko kinakaya. Alright, so ayan. So yan yung kanya. Obviously, ginawa ni Miss Marito sa phone. O kaya vertical. Okay? Oo. So yan yung kanyang una. Alright. And then, ano yung nangyari dito sa pangalawa? Click all docs. Okay. Ulit. Okay. So, ayun yung content. Okay. So, yung sa taas. Okay. So, stayers, swap, bi-monthly. Gaya. So, naka-set up na, no? Alright.
Oo.
And then, dito, mga docs. Kumbaga, ang ginawa ni Miss Marie dito, okay, docs. Okay, pwede ko bang i-next? Hindi eh.
Hindi,
Okay.
isa-isa.
And then, ito, Slayer swap. Taray. So,
Yeah.
Craft Slayers. Oh, diba? Oo, yan. Okay, so may ganun na rin. Okay, so yung topic nila. Okay, so just like what I did. And then, isi-share na lang yan. That share button will be that going up. So, when you press that, lalabas na yung share. Kasi sa phone siya eh. Iba yung default niya sa phone, saka dun sa desktop. Okay? So, and then, okay, we have bi-monthly admin meeting. So, another, kumbaga, file. Okay? File nga ba ang tawag? Pardon the baka mali-mali yung tawag ko dun sa Okay, so again, yan yun. Stayer swap, bi-monthly birthday blessings. List of crafters with proof of swaps. May ganun. So, talagang very, very,
Organized siya.
Organized na. Kaya, alam na. And, of course, merong add members. So, ayan yung mga pwedeng i-add niya. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Obviously, ang kanyang mga admin ang pwedeng sharean nito. Right?
Yeah.
So, ayan. So, obviously, yan na. Naka-set up na. Alright. And we have, okay, now this one is from, okay, hold on. Bakit? Kay Marie pa rin ba to? I
Oo,
think
kay
so.
Marie.
Oo, kay Marie pa rin.
Marie
Ayan,
pa rin
slay or
yan.
swap. So, parang yan yung cover or banner. Meron silang parang file. Siguro yan yung file na ipupush out niya to the club.
Mhm.
Okay, and then ito naman yung kaninang pinakita natin. Okay, yung kay Sis Charlene. Alright, and ito naman yung isa pa ni Sis Charlene. So, yung movie list niya. Ayan. And kay Miss
Bakit
Christine.
na-skip yung kay na-skip yung kay Tina?
Sa baba pa yata.
Ayan,
Ay,
yan. Hindi
Ay,
sa
oo nga.
taas.
Sorry.
Wag na yung first,
Oh,
wag na yung
oo.
first.
Hindi ko naman intention yon ha. Sorry naman. Sabihin niya, bakit mo ako in-skip? etong mouse ko, promise kanina pa siya. Alright,
Yung
so yan.
next kasi hindi yan buong window.
Oo, so kumbaga yan yung first part. So, kasi 7 days yan eh. So, yan yung Monday, Tuesday. Kasi may header, no? Okay, ang ganda ng photo, nakakainganyo. O, di ba? Natanggal ko yung Discord, di ba? In-off ko, tinanggal ko siya. Galing.
Sandali nga. Shucks! Yan lang
Ayan,
kinakain mo.
Hindi, yan, sampler lang yan pagka po pwede na kumain.
Okay, so
But at
ito
least
na
healthy
ang
pa rin.
Okay, Monday, Tuesday pa rin. Wednesday. O, tignan natin yung Wednesday. Bakit
Hindi
puro
ka
Monday,
kumakain
Tuesday?
talaga?
Wala palang
Ano?
Wednesday, Saturday. O, ulitin natin. Tignan natin yung pagkain ni
Bone
Tina.
broth.
Ayan.
Bone broth and smoothies lang now for 5 days.
Bone broth and smoothies?
Oo.
Yan.
Isipin mo, Nor, na dinrap mo sa mainit na tubig.
Ano
Hindi
ba,
naman,
Lala?
You don't actually make your own bone broth. Actually,
No.
you have to bake it first, tapos you,
Wake it. Kasi tulog. Natutulog dahil
3 hours, mga 2 hours ko siyang paggagawa akong bone broth.
Okay, and then we have Miss Christine Agravante. Ayan. So, thin home ang kanya. Organize everything in your life in one place. So, meron din siyang movie list, recipes, and then she has another file for her life. Yearly goals, travel plans. There you go. May dashboard na din siyang nagawa. Ayan. So, that's it for Team Bahay for tonight. Yun na nga ba talaga lahat? Okay, so again, Miss Marie, since Miss Marie already, won kanina. So, Miss Marie, I will still let you join. And then if you win, then you can give it out to anybody. Okay, just tell me kung kanino mo ibibigay. Okay, and then you have Charles. Okay, and then we have Tina. Tina, you won na kanina, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kahit na hindi mo na ako isama.
Hindi, okay lang. Pag nanalo ka, sis, pwede mong ibigay kung kanino mo gusto.
Bigay mo na lang sa akin.
Okay. O sige, yun na. Binigay na kay Charles.
Pag nanalo siya.
Okay. And then pag Charles, pag nanalo ka, ibigay mo somebody. Pwede naman.
Oo.
Okay? So, ganun na lang
You can
mangyayari.
attend naman.
Okay.
Hindi, gusto ko mag-attend. Gusto ko siya makita.
Oo. So, ayan. So, balikan muna natin yung aking wheel of names. Alright. So, yung wheel of names ko muna, guys. Okay. So, mag-aano muna ako. So, 7, no? 7 yung iaano natin, i-raffle out. Okay. So, sino pa ba ang wala dito? Sa aking roleta. Magic roleta.
Nandyan,
Okay.
yung mga nandito kahit yung international,
Oo. Isama na natin.
andito sila, Lakita
Jay.
Marie, nandyan na ba? Blind
Wala
guy.
pa. Okay. Blind guy.
Oo. Saan ba yung sinulat ko? Sinulat
Okay.
ko yun.
Sige, sis. Blind guy, his wife, their life. Sino pa, sis?
Tech troublemaker.
Oh, dumaan ba si Roy?
Oo, kanina nandito
Di ba
Yeah.
si Everyday Tech ang dumaan?
siya. Everyday tech ba yun?
Si Patrick.
Ba't ka tinawag na Roy?
Oo.
Lagi ko nag-interchange yun. Okay, sige.
Whimsical Thoughts. Whimsical Thoughts. Okay. Sino pa?
Intan Yusuf.
Oh, meron na si Intan.
Okay.
Who
Yun lang
else?
yung napansin ko.
Okay, so kompleto na ba ako? Okay, guys, for purposes of hindi na ako mag-ano. Oh, of course, we have John. John was here. Oh my gosh, di ko nakita. John, hi! Alright, John, thank you so much for dropping by, John. We were talking about you a while ago and you said, oh, but John is still asleep. Thank you.
Hi, John!
Alright, who else? Happy birthday, Sammy, from Intan, from Marie, and also happy birthday to Charlene. Ayan.
Thank you.
Ayan. Hello, Tina dear. Okay, yan pala yung camo, sabi ni Tina. Oo, ayan. Okay, so wala na ba akong nakalimutan? Alright, Vince Portelli. Wow, yes. Okay, so now let's do 7. Okay, so I think nag-iisa ako dito para may kasama naman ako dito. Okay, so ipasok ko muna ang ating birthday girl. Okay, Charles, samahan mo ako.
Yes.
Ayan, sige. Ikaw na mag-announce kung sino ang winner. Okay. So, 7 ito. Okay, guys. Wala na bang if all your names are here? Okay. So, ang winners natin so far. Okay, Mono A News, Marie, Tinawan Kenobi, Vince Portelli, and Jeffrey M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so now we're raffling up 7. Okay, so Brian Paul, okay, is number 6. Okay, so we're actually raffling up 13 plus yung isa pa pala from me. Alright, so we remove Brian. Okay, next one.
Right.
Okay, again, these people will win, okay? Tickets to Sammy Superstars virtual conference. Okay, Miss Nam Omar of the Filipino YouTube community. Alright, congratulations po.
Congrats.
Okay. Alright, next. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Na.
KM! Alright, congratulations, KM!
Number 9 na.
9 na ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
na yung
7,
winner.
8 pa lang. Diba? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sinama ko yung kanina. Tinuloy ko lang yung kanina.
Monoy News, Marie, Tinawan Kenobi, Vince, Jeff. Tapos Brian, Nam, KM. Tama?
Mm-mm.
Alright, shuffle, shuffle. And next winner is number 9. Alright, John! Coffee Talk and Tech!
John!
Woohoo!
Congratulations!
Congratulations, John! Okay, hold on. I forgot to remove your name. Okay, in case John wins. So, okay, there you go. Again, okay. Alright, congratulations, John Ryan of Coffee Talk and Tech. If you are not yet subscribed to him, please do so. Okay, sino yung next? Si Charles.
Ay, blank.
Blanco.
Huh? Wait,
Blanco.
what happened?
It's blank.
Wait lang.
Remove. Sorry naman, bakit may blanco? Hindi ko po
Blank,
remove.
oo nga eh. Blank.
Okay, again. So, number 10 na to. This is winner number 10. Free ticket to Sammy Superstars. Okay, virtual conference. Norman's Diary.
Norman.
Congratulations, Sir Norman.
Congratulations, Norman.
All right, so we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11, 12, 13. 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's remove this one. Shuffle, shuffle. Okay. Again, thank you so much, Sammy Superstar. Okay, Honey May.
Honey May.
Okay, Honey May is from
Congratulations.
our YT community. All right. Congratulations, Miss Honey May. Okay, and then shuffle, shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Tama na ba? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Tama.
5, 6,
Winner
7,
12 na
8,
itong
9,
susunod.
10, 11.
Yeah. Winner 12.
Pang 12 pa lang ito.
Yep.
Alright,
So,
pang 12
two
pa
more.
lang.
This, the
Okay. So
second
this
to
is
the
pang
last
12.
one.
Come on, come on, come on, come on!
Who is it?
Miss Jo.
Miss Jo.
Picasso.
Miss
Yay.
Jo
Yay!
Pescaso.
Congrats.
Congratulations! Okay, ayan. And the last one, okay, is
Miss Sel.
Miss Zell!
Yay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
13 na.
13. Okay. Naku. Asistina, isa
Yeah.
na, bibigay na natin kay Charles?
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations. Okay, again,
Thank you.
my dears, the winner, okay, for a 2-day conference, okay, virtual conference from Sammy Superstar, okay, is Mono and Yus, Docrea Marie, okay, Vince Portelli, Charlene Ang, Jeffrey Mampusti, Joe Pescasio, Brian Paul, Nam Omar, KM, Honey Mace Vlogs, Norman's Diary, John Ryan, and Miss Zell. All right, again, congratulations. Okay, I will tell you, okay, what you need to do now, Sammy said, is to go to sammysuperstar.com and then check out the ticket and then just put the code Mommy Guide Inc. so you don't need to pay anything. All right? So, if you do so, pwede nyo naman gawin, but still, I have the last say because I have the list of the names. So, Sammy can verify. All right? Okay, so congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you. Bakit, Tina, hindi ka ba mag-a-attend? Meron ka na?
Ha?
Meron ka na? Ah, okay.
All right. So, ayan na, guys. Okay, so...
Thank you.
Hi, Bracket Reviews.
Oh, Bracket Reviews is here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Congratulations to all winners.
Congratulations, all the winners. Congratulations.
Thank
Again, guys,
you,
if you were not
Tina.
chosen, it's only just $25 for that 2-day conference of Sammy Superstar. And this is, okay, and also if you can subscribe to Sammy, that's sammysuperstar.com. All right, so let me share. Okay, and then, no, hindi ko na ma-share. Anyways, nagloloko na talaga tong stream deck ko. Labo-labo na siya together. Alright. Hindi, kasama kayo pareho, si Tina and si Charlene. Alright. So, congratulations, everybody who won. So, I'll see you. That's next week. If you cannot, because, you know, it's like 5 a.m. in the Philippines, it's okay because you will get, okay, the link to the edited, to all the videos, even if hindi natin mapanood live. Okay, we'll have access to the replay. All right. Dancy
Cool.
Bearded, hi! Thank you so much for, okay, coming to Jay's stream. Yes, we're pairing. So, it's a triple pairing for Mommy Guide, Tina One, and Jay Smith. Again, thank you so much, Charlene, Tina One Kenobi.
Thank you.
Everybody, Sammy Superstar, of course, thank you so much for giving out 12 awesome tickets
Thank you,
to
Sammy.
your virtual conference. And of course,
So
Jay
generous.
Smith. All right, so and we hope to see you, Jay, again in May for our 3rd episode on Notion. With that, have
Thank
a
you,
blessed
Jay.
weekend, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you back again on Wednesday for another crafty night here at Mommy Guide Inc. Bye!
Bye.
Thank you so much, Charles and Tina.
Bye. Bye. Bye.